October 10th today, for Hokage and Bloody Habanera will have 2 children, but since the mother of the child is Jinchuriki, the birth will take place in a cave behind the village under the protection of about 20 Anbu and 3 Sananov. Auric remained in the village. It would seem that nothing portends trouble, or not, Kushina. Hold on, Minato said, looking at how much his wife is hurting. Fuck your hold on. The Bloody Habanera answered angrily. Kushina. A little more, said the bivouac. After 5 minutes, everyone heard a baby crying, and after 10 minutes another one. The bivouac gave the children to the mother so that she could look at her child. The eldest son was calm. He did not cry, but seemed to study everything around him. He had red hair, the shape of his mother's face, his father's eyes, and 3 stripes on his cheeks. The second was a copy of his father, but unlike his brother, he, like all children, cried. They decided to name the first Naruto, and the second Menma. But the happiness was not long. POV Minato. I had almost closed the seal when suddenly the corpse of a bivouac falls from behind, and my children are being held by a man in a mask. Get away from the Jinchuriki or they will die, he said. Wait. Calm down, let the kids go, I said. Whatever you say, said the unknown. Further along the Kanon, only in addition to 3 Hokage, the fox was restrained by 3 Sanins, and POV Minato. Kushina. I'll bake a 9-tailed one in Naruto. He has more Uzumaki genes than Menma, and you will die after resealing. Kushina wanted to object, but then realized that this was the only way out and agreed with tears in her eyes. And now the altar is ready. The fox is detained by the battered Sanins and Kushina. Minato is about to summon the god of death, but he is stopped by Hiruzen. Minato, let me. I've outlived my time, and the bivouac is dead, and my son has grown up. There's nothing holding me back, said the third. Good, Minato said with tears in his eyes. Hiruzen sealed the complete Dividivost in Naruto. After that, the third died. Minato looked at his son and immediately noticed the changes in his son. 1. The hair has become darker. 2. The eyes have acquired a purple color with a pattern like ripples on the water. Minato hated his son, but he didn't kick him out of the family because he was worried about Kushina. It's been 5 years since the Kyuubi attack. At the council, it was decided that Jinchuriki would remain in the family and everyone except the elders were in favor. Danzo is kind here. As for Naruto, the whole village hated him. You may ask why. And everything is simple. 1. Kubi. 2. Eyes. 3. He was considered an outcast, because where does he care about Menma, who awakened the center of the chakra and can walk on flat surfaces and learn to walk on water? By the way, both boys went to 1 year old. In 1.5 they talked, and in 2 they wrote and read. Naruto's relationship in the family is no better. Menma often beats him and mocks him, and blames his brother for everything. The relationship with his father is neutral, but Minato is always cold with him. Kushina loves them equally, because she is the only one Naruto loves and with whom he is not cold. Now October 10th is a holiday for everyone, but not for Naruto. He doesn't like this day because drunk Chunins can beat him up. Naruto's POV. I was walking home and accidentally bumped into Chunin. They dragged me into an alley, told me how they would take revenge, how they would be recognized as heroes, etc. I didn't give a damn, but still, me, painfully. Suddenly I found myself in a dark sewer. I was walking towards the light and saw a cage, and POV Naruto. And here is my jailer, said the fox who came up to the cage. So I'm Jinchuriki Kubi, I see, Naruto said. The fox was taken aback, but did not show it. That's right. What do you need? Do you want strength? The fox asked. No, I was beaten up and I ended up here. By the way, where are we? The scarlet-haired man said. In your subconscious. Aren't you afraid of me? Kyuubi asked. No. You can't do anything to me yet, and besides, I want to make friends with you. Namikaze replied. Why would I be friends with you? Tailed asked. You and I are in the same body until my death, and besides, I have no friends. Naruto replied, okay, I agree, said the fox, excellent. What is your name? Jinchuriki asked. Kurama. Well, Kurama, I would like to become your disciple, I don't mind. We start training tomorrow. Bye-bye, Naruto said and disappeared. And this kid is smart for his age, and his father's eyes. I think he's the one. Good luck, kid, said Kurama. Naruto woke up in the same alley. The chunins are already gone, and the wounds are almost healed. He has a full 9 tail. He got up and continued on his way home. Along the way, the residents looked at him with contempt, but he was P*******y. When he came home, he immediately went to the kitchen, from where the smell of his mother's nonsense came. When he came in, he saw how all the family members were having dinner and roasting, but they did not pay attention to him. Only his mother put dinner on, so he ate quietly and went to bed. The next morning Naruto's POV, hey, wake up at 6 o'clock already, the fox shouted in my subconscious. Thank you, Kurama, I replied, now or to the free range and let's start, said the fox. Yeah, I said, end POV Naruto at the landfill 7:00 POV Kurama, so now there are 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 50 abs and 10 laps, I said. Yeah, he said, and I don't have a verbose Jinchuriki. I immediately got down to business. Yes, and when I woke him up, he just said, thank you. He doesn't look so much like Uzumaki, I still said Naruto in the same icy voice. Alright, I said. But it's only been 40 minutes, now awaken the chakra hearth. I hope you know what it is. He nodded, seemingly well read. Before you start, I'll ask you, do you know the theory well? Yes, I know the history of the shinobi world, everything about the chakra and weapons, Naruto reported. Okay, then you can start. After 30 minutes, I woke up, said Naruto. Naruto, and you are a genius. Not many can awaken the hearth within even a month. Thanks. Now, with the help of the chakra, learn to walk on wood and on water without hands. End POV Kurama. After 1 hour Naruto was already at the top of the tree, and after 3 hours he was already walking calmly on the water. Great, for the next month you will train physically, Bukijutsu, and together with me disperse your and my chakra through the body, and now you can buy chakra conducting paper, shurikens and kunave. We will learn your element and train Bukijutsu. Naruto went to the store where he bought 5 sheets, shurikens, 10x, and kunai, 10x. After that, he returned to the landfill. Take the sheets between your fingers and pass the chakra through them, said Kurama. Okay, said Naruto and held the chakra. The first sheet is crumpled, the second sheet is split, the third leaf is burnt, the fourth one is wet, the fifth one is rotten. Well, I'm not surprised because you have a Rinnegan, said the fox. I agree. I read about this Jujutsu and Proto that the sage of the 6 ways had it too. Kurama have nothing to tell you? Naruto asked. I don't know for sure, but you seem to be the reincarnation of the sage of the 6 paths. Okay, and when will we train our eyes? The scarlet-haired man asked. You have a weak body, because only at the age of 13, Kurama replied. Good, the guy said, now train to throw iron, and I'll sleep. 5 hours later Naruto has already hit August 10th, shurikens, 7 out of 10, kunai. It was 8 p.m. on the clock, so he went home. On the cheap, but nothing more expensive happened, and when he entered the house, he went to the kitchen, ate, and went to bed. Time skipped 3 years. During these 3 years, a girl was born in the Namikaze family. She was named Ami. At the moment she is 2 years old. Menma has become even more arrogant than before, because his father taught him Rinnegan and shadow clones, and now he is teaching Hirashina. Kushina started teaching Naruto and Menma Fuina. Naruto trained every day to the point of exhaustion. Let's start with the characteristics of Naruto. Chakra control is a weak Hunin Bukijutsu, almost like Itachi Taijutsu. Strong Chunin Kenjutsu. Strong Chunin techniques, henge, clones, replacement, lightning, predisposition, clone of lightning, Raikiri, dog of lightning, armor and conduct lightning chakra through weapons. Wind, a gust, vacuum bullets, conducts the wind chakra through the weapon, the wind flow, fire, fireball, phoenix flowers, fire dragon, water, water prison, water clone, water gun, earth, mud wall, earth decapitation, earth dome. Fuinjutsu medium chunin, Yuzushio, Danzo helped him with the trainers. Flashback: a boy about 6 years old was walking down the street. He had dark scarlet crew-cut hair, a dark green t-shirt and gray shorts. Now he was walking home from training, but on the way he bumped into a patent man with a scar on his chin. "Sorry, I didn't mean to skull Naruto, it's okay, I'm Danzo Shimura, and you must be the oldest son of the Hokage?" In Naruto's mind, Naruto is the head of the ANBU route. "He was a friend of the third and may be able to teach you," said the fox. Naruto has already torn a piece of the seal, but does not use the force yet. "Thank you, Ku," Naruto replied. "Yes, I'm Naruto Namikaze and I've heard about you. You're the head of the route ANBU, right?" "It's true. Why?" "I would like to join the route, but I need a teacher for elemental techniques." "No, I need to gain experience in order to protect my loved ones." "Okay, tomorrow at 9 at the 14th training ground." "Hi," Naruto said and then went home. And why do they hate him? In my opinion, an ordinary child and very smart. 9:0014 polygon. "So Naruto, what are your elements?" Danzo asked. "That's it," Naruto replied. "What? Well then I'll help you with wind, Kakashi with lightning and earth, Shisui with fire, Itachi with kenjutsu and bokujutsu, Guy with taijutsu and fizz. Preparation, and you will learn water from scrolls." Danzo explained the plan. "Hi," Naruto shouted, and flashback 6:00 AM. Today Naruto was called on another mission to the route headquarters at 7:30 in the morning. On his account, 25 mission C rank, 30B, 40A, 50S rank. Parents do not know that he is at the route because he leaves a clone with Kurama's chakra and his own in the village so that no one notices the loss. Danzo-sama, ANBU in the fox mask said. "Fox, take off your mask," Danzo said. ANBU took off his mask and showed a face with 6 mustaches and a scar on his left eye. "Naruto, today you leave the ranks of the ANBU route and go to the academy." "But why?" Naruto asked. "You need to communicate with peers." "All right, Danzo-sama," the scarlet-haired man replied. "You can go and good luck to you," Naruto said, the head of the route. "And grandfather Danzo to you," replied the son of the fourth. "Kurama has been helping him with theory all this time and conducting his chakra through his chakra channels. Also, Naruto didn't use Kurama's power because he wasn't ready yet." Naruto got up at 6 o'clock. The academy is still 2.5 hours away. Naruto got up, did water treatments and went to training. An hour later he returned home. It was 7:30 on the clock. When Naruto entered the house, the whole family was already having breakfast. Minato is reading the newspaper as always, Kushina was cooking, and Menma was sitting with Ami. "Hello loser. Did you come from your useless training?" Menma asked why he got a slap on the head from Kushina. "Menma, don't talk to your brother like that." "Naruto, sit down to eat," Kushina said. "Good," said Naruto. Then he sat down at the table and everyone started eating. After the academy, straight home. "We will celebrate the admission," Kushina said. "Yes, there will be more children of the clan heads," Minato said. "Great," Menma said. Naruto said nothing. He is used to being ignored at the table, but not today. "Naruto, I hope you're ready?" Minato asked. "Yes," Naruto answered shortly. "Don't embarrass me," Minato said. The eldest son nodded. After dinner, everyone went to the academy. Naruto walked behind his family, because he did not want to interfere with them. He knew that every company has its own role. For example, he has the role of an outcast and a universal enemy. When the Hokage, along with his wife and son, passed on, they threw looks of suspicion at Naruto. when they arrived, they saw a pandemonium of children and their parents. The whole family except Naruto began to look at everyone. Naruto sat down under a tree and thought for what he lives. He used to want to protect his family, but now, it's gone. He is no longer a small child and understands that they are not going to help him just like that. The people are loved, except in dreams. Learn all the techniques, let's say, but what's next? Listen, kid, you're still young. I am sure that you will find your meaning of life, said the fox, and now go to class. Your name is Kurama, continued. Thank you, Namikaze replied, smiling with the corners of his lips. Namikaze, Menma, and Naruto said Chunin. Menma walked with a pretentious gait saying, I'm in charge here, and Naruto was thoughtful. He was thinking about what would happen next. For such thoughts, he did not even notice how he ended up in the classroom. So, children, I am your teacher for the next 4 years. My name is Yumino Irika. I love ramen and friends. I don't like arrogant and traitors. The goal is to become the director of the academy. Now you are, Irika said. Naruto didn't listen further, he just decided to talk to Kurama. I'm Sasuke Uchiha. I love tomatoes and training with my older brother. I don't like traitors and arrogant. The goal is to surpass Big Brother, said a girl with long, loose, black hair, raven black eyes, dressed in a black t-shirt and gray shorts. All the boys looked at her with loving glances, and the girls with envy. Okay, next one, Menma. Namikaze, Irika said, I don't love mom and dad, I don't love my brother. The goal is to surpass the father, he said, looking at his brother who did not pay attention to him. This infuriated Menma, but he decided to keep quiet for now. Okay, sit down, Irika said. When Menma went to him, they threw loving glances at him, and the boys were jealous. Naruto. Namikaze said the teacher through his teeth. After these words, a boy with dark scarlet hair, loosened in different directions, like Kanika's, dark purple eyes, a vertical scar on his left eye, 3 stripes on his cheeks, a face shaped like Kushina's and a slender, moderately pumped-up body walked to the teacher. He is wearing a dark red jacket with black inserts, like Boruto's, a gray mesh t-shirt under the jacket, black pants with red inserts, also like Boruto's, and black shinobi sandals. I am Naruto. Namikaze, I love mom and training, I don't like a lot of things. The goal is not, but the dream is to find your goal. Naruto introduced himself. Okay, sit down, Irika said. Naruto was walking to his place. Along the way everyone looked at him with hatred, everyone except Shikamaru Nara, Akimichi Cheiji and Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto is at the last desk near the window. Sasuke was sitting next to him. So, today we are just getting acquainted, and therefore you can be free, said Irika. Naruto left the academy and wanted to go to training, but he was called. POV Sasuke, today is the first day at the academy. I don't think they can teach me anything there. Damn it. I don't want to go there so much, but I won't become a shinobi any other way, and here we are at the academy. The first impression is a kindergarten. There are Nara sleeping, Yamanaka standing, Akimichi sitting and eating, but the Hokage family. Menma is talking to 4 Hokage, Kushina-san is coming in our direction, probably she will talk to her mother. Hi, Mikoto, she said. Hello, Kushina said. Mom. Hi Sasuke, Fugaku-san, Kushina-san greeted us. Hi, we said in unison. Where's Naruto? I haven't seen him for a long time, Oka-san asked. Mom, who is Naruto? I asked. This is Menma's older brother. The last time we saw him was when you were 2 years old, Mom replied. Ah, Naruto, he's sleeping under that tree, Kushina said. I looked at the scarlet-haired guy with a mustache and cheeks, and he's cute. Stop. What I'm thinking, okay, Hokage is already on stage, and here I am in class. Nothing interesting. Oh, it's that guy. I need to get to know him. I was about to approach when the teacher came in. The acquaintance that I listened to began, Naruto Namikaze said the teacher, and I immediately drew attention to the scarlet-haired guy. I don't know why, but he interested me. My name is Naruto Namikaze, I love my mom and training, I don't like a lot of things, the goal is the dream is to find a goal for myself. He introduced himself, and he's handsome, and he's sitting next to me. Damn it, what's wrong with me? I need to get to know him. And POV Sasuke. Hi, you're Naruto, aren't you? Asked Sasuke. Yes, and you are Sasuke Uchiha, Itachi's sister. Naruto approved. Do you know Itachi? Asked Sasuke. Yes, Namikaze replied, but from where? He trained me a little, Naruto said. Do you want to practice together? Sasuke said. Red as a tomato. Okay, said Naruto, and they went to the training ground. Along the way, Naruto thought that he finally had a human friend, and Sasuke thought why she was embarrassed by him and decided to ask her mother when she would come home. During the training, Naruto decided to train Kato after the warm-up and released a fireball of 8 by 8 meters. Sasuke asked him to teach her, because she can only do 3 by 3 meters. Naruto agreed, and by the end of the training she managed to make a ball of 6 by 6 meters. After they said goodbye and went home as they are late for a meeting, the house of the head of the Uchiha clan. When Sasuke went home, she immediately saw all the family members who were about to go. Sasuke, where have you been? Fugaku asked. Yes, we're going to visit Kushina and Minato, Mikoto said. Sorry, I was training with Naruto, said Sasuke. Mikoto smiled a warm smile at these words. Itachi was happy for Naruto because he knew that he had no friends, and Fugaku nodded, and they went to the Hokage's house. At this time, the Hokage house. Naruto entered the house and saw Kushina cooking, Minato and Menma setting the table, and Ami trying to find something to do. So where have you been? Kushina asked with 9 strands of hair rising up. I trained with Sasuke. She asked me, Naruto replied. Kushina smiled after these words, and Menma looked at his brother with envy, because he likes Sasuke. Yes, she would not want to train with you for some reason, Menma said. Naruto ignored his words and went to Ami so that she would not be bored and she would not interfere with preparing for the holiday. It's been 10 minutes. Everything was ready in the house. The guests slowly began to come. Yamanaka, Nara and Akimichi were the first to arrive. Then Inuzuka, Hyuga, and finally Uchiha. When everyone gathered, the children were sent to another room, and the parents stayed in the living room. Menma, where's Naruto? Shouldn't he be here too? Sasuke asked. This loser went to train again believing that he would become a strong shinobi. Menma replied, yes, he probably doesn't know the wrong technique, said Kiba. Yeah, I remember how we beat him up earlier. Menma said, yeah. He couldn't even say a word then. Hinata said, she's arrogant here. How could you beat your own brother? Said Sasuke, and after these words left the room. Sasuke, where are you going? Mikoto asked. To train, Uchiha said in a cold voice, and left the house. What's the matter with her? Kushina asked. I don't know, Mikoto replied, and Itachi and Fugaku frowned. After 15 minutes at the 14th polygon, Sasuke came to the training ground and saw how Naruto creates a lightning bolt in his hand, Chidori, and a second later breaks through the mannequin on through. Sasuke? What are you doing here? Naruto asked. I came to train AI. Find you, said the embarrassed Uchiha. Naruto was surprised that someone remembered about him. Okay, you can join in, Naruto said, confused. Hahaha, it looks like my Jinchuriki has fallen in love with Uchiha. The fox laughed at everything subconsciously. Not true, Naruto replied mentally, all red. Well, you should have seen your face. Hahaha. Tomato, the fox continued to neigh. I won't rush the event anyway, maybe it's a temporary love, said Naruto. Naruto, you're a genius, but in love you're dumb as a bitch, and besides, Uchiha are monogamous, he scolded his Jinchuriki Kurama. After these words, Naruto was surprised. So she loves me too? Naruto asked. I finally got it, Kurama said. Naruto already wanted to answer, but the fox threw him out of his subconscious. Hey, Naruto, is everything okay? Uchiha asked. Yes, I was just thinking, said Naruto. Why don't you want to go to the party? Sprasla Uchiha. I don't like it. This is what Namikaze replied. Why? Uchiha asked. I'll be extra there. When I tried to speak earlier, I received an indifferent look from my father, a contemptuous look from Menma and a sympathetic look from my mother in response. Yes, she tried to talk to them, but my father just stopped reacting to me, and Menma tries to keep herself in front of her mother, but outside the house. When we were 5 years old, he and his company beat me so that I woke up only an hour later, when all the wounds were almost healed, thanks to Kurama. The villagers are no better. Naruto told me the story. I'm sorry, Sasuke said sympathetically. Nothing, I needed to speak out. Do you want to work out together? Naruto asked. Come on, Sasuke said. So they trained for 1 hour. Naruto trained the lightning element, and Sasuke the fireball, and at the end Naruto and Sasuke sparred in taijutsu where Naruto won. Then they decided to take a walk around Konoha. During the walk, because of the evil looks of passers-by at Naruto, Sasuke was very angry, and when they reached the Hokage mountain, she asked Naruto, why are they looking at you like that? I am the Jinchuriki of the nine-tailed one and the weapons of the village, the scarlet-haired one replied. Even if so, why? After all, they are setting up weapons against themselves, Sasuke said. If a person has found a punching bag that cannot answer, then he will release his anger on it. This is the true essence of a person. Naruto shared his thoughts. But not all people are like that, Sasuke said. Yes, Mom, and you are an exception, Namikaze said, and Uchiha blushed. Okay, we have to go, Naruto said, and they went home. When they arrived, all the adult guests were tipsy, and the children were sleepy, so everyone was already going home. Then Naruto went to Ami where she was already snoring. Our hero returned to the living room, saw Sasuke and the others off and went to bed. Time skip 4 years. During this time, Naruto learned the following techniques: sad face lightning, Sharavaya lightning, thunderstorm storm, dragon, lightning discharge, fire, fiery annihilation, the liver of fire dragons, wind, vacuum ball, vacuum sword, water, water dragon, earth, earth dragon, earth clone. Taijutsu is an average jounin. During coaching he met Rokum Lee. Fuin is a strong chunin. Kendiatsu is a weak kunin. By the way, in Kenjutsu, he began to be trained in addition to Itachi Shursui and even gave a tanto with a black blade and a red handle for his 9-year-old. Bukijutsu is like Itachi's, and it remains. Chakra control is Anbu. Rinnegan and Kyuubi's chakra have not been used yet. At the academy, he was the worst, but a diligent student. He always gave everything to the passing ball and listened to the teachers, despite the fact that he knows all this. Menma and Sasuke, on the contrary, were the best students, so they are not given rest by fanatics and fans, but there are children, Isluchini, for example, Nara, Akimichi and Naruto. Relations with Sasuke have improved, now they walk and train together, and feelings for each other have only intensified. And so, children, today you have final exams. They consist of 3 stages: 1, written; 2, throwing iron; 3, sparring. On stage 1, you will get 45 minutes, said Iruka, handing out leaflets with tasks. When he reached Naruto he said, I hope you're well, Naruto. Yes, they became friends during this time, since Naruto figured out the traitor Mizuki when he found out that he had deliberately underestimated his grades. Of course, Naruto answered calmly. Let's get started, Iruka shouted. The squeaking and tapping of pencils filled the classroom. Naruto turned the piece of paper over after 15 minutes and saw 12 tasks. I put a dash on the first 5, and answered the last 7. When he answered the questions, he decided not to immediately start work, but to rest the remaining 20 minutes. Time's up. Zdavate leave, said Iruka. When everyone had finished the work, he took them to the academy's landfill and distributed kunai. Now the second stage will take place. First the kunai, then the shurikens, Iruka said. I will only say the results. Akimichi Chedzi 7 out of 10 8/10 Shikamaru Nara 7/8/10 Sakura Haruno 6 out of 10 7/10 Ino Yamanaka 7 out of 10 8/10 Hyuga Hinata 8 out of 10 7/10 Kiba Inazuka 8 out of 10 8/10 Shino Abirame 8 out of 10 9/10 Sasuke Uchiha 9 out of 10 10/10 Menma Namikaze 10/10 then clanless. Namikaze Naruto, the teacher shouted. On the way to Naruto, they threw looks of superiority over him and hatred, but he didn't care. He approached the mark, took 5 kunai in his hands, threw them up, jumped, caught, threw and hit the center of 8 targets and 2 near the center. Also with shurikens. Everyone except Sasuke was surprised to say the least. Good test, said Irika. Then there were sparring sessions, Shikamaru Nara /Akimichi Cheiji, draw, Sakura Haruno /Ino Yamanaka, draw, Hinata Hyuga /Shino Abirame, Hinata, Kiba Inazuka /Sasuke Uchiha, Sasuke, then clanless, and the last fight. Naruto Namikaze /Menma Namikaze, said the teacher. Our heroes walked to the sounds of Win it Menma-kun or Menma-kun, is the loser ready to lose? Asked Menma. Naruto said nothing. Oh, you, said Menma and ran to Naruto. The fight began in taijutsu, where Naruto dominated, although he succumbed. Menma realized that he would not last long and threw kunai. Naruto realized what kind of kunai it was and used lightning armor. Menma created a Rasengan and tried to hit Naruto, but he dodged. Meanwhile, Naruto did not noticeably create clones underground and they stood under each kunai. And so Menma teleported once again as he heard the earth beheading and found himself buried in the ground to the head. He tried to teleport, but saw how the clones cut the seals from the kunai. What did you do with Menma-kun? How dare you? Naruto heard from the crowd of female fans. Silence. The teacher shouted. The winner is Naruto Namikaze, said the teacher, pulling Menma out of the pit. That's all for today. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock for the distribution. Free, said Irika. Naruto went to the exit of the academy, where he met Sasuke. Hi, Naruto said. Sasuke, hi, can we go for a walk? The scarlet-haired man answered and asked, yes, come on. Where are we going? Uchiha asked. Let's go to Mount Hokage, Naruto said. Okay. After 30 minutes, they were already sitting on the head of the 4th Hokage and watching the sunset. Admit it to her, said the fox in the subconscious. Yes, I think it's time, the blonde man answered mentally. Sasuke, I love you, Namikaze said, looking at the brunette who blushed from these words. I love you, Uchiha said, redder than a tomato. After that, the guy kissed her. She was surprised at first, but after 3 seconds she answered. A minute later they had to break the kiss from lack of air. It's already late, let's go to the house to see, Naruto said with a smile, which surprised Sasuke, because he had always been serious and thoughtful before, and now he showed emotion. Yes, of course, Sasuke said, still surprised, and then smiled a warm smile, which made Naruto embarrassed. On the way, they talked about anything. Here we are, said Sasuke. Yes, okay, I'll go, said Naruto and kissed Sasuke. Bye, said Sasuke when they pulled away and went into the house, and Naruto to himself. Naruto got up as usual at 6 o'clock in the morning and went to the bathroom. After 30 minutes of bathroom procedures, I went to eat. When he came to the kitchen, he saw his mother cooking food, and his father reading the newspaper as usual. Good morning, son, Kushina said. Good morning, said Naruto. Naruto, can I ask you something? Minato asked. Ask, Naruto replied. Who trained you? For Hokage asked. I mean, the younger Namikaze was puzzled. I checked the release reports last night, Earth decapitation, clones, and Molni armor. So who trained you? Minato answered and repeated the question. Kurama, what do you think to tell? The scarlet-haired man asked in his thoughts. Yes, I think it's possible, there's no point in putting it off for later anyway, the fox replied. Since I have 5 elements, I was trained by grandfather Danzo, Kakashi-sensei, Itachi-san and Shisui-san, and at the same time I joined the route," said Naruto. After these words, the 4th's eyes widened, and Kushina's jaw dropped. She put the food on the table and joined in the conversation. "Why didn't you say that before? And how do you know Danzo? How were you at the route if you only went home and to training all the time? My ANBU were watching you. Where did you get 5 elements from?" Kushina and Minato asked. "I didn't say it because I didn't want my mom not to worry about me and forbade me. I met Danzo 6 years ago when I was walking home and crashed into him, and I created a clone from my chakra and Kyuubi's chakra that didn't just have fun, though it turned out to be very expensive. I have 5 elements because of Rinnegan," Naruto replied. After that, he received a punch from his mother for putting himself in danger on missions, and Minato thought about it all and decided to ask for forgiveness. "Forgive me, son, I put too much on Menma and forgot about you," said Minato, kneeling in front of his son. "There is no hidden meaning here?" asked Naruto. "No, he speaks from the heart," Kurama said. "Thank you, so he will teach the techniques." Naruto replied, "Okay, I forgive you, but re-educate Menma, otherwise with, 'I am the son of Hokage,' or 'my father taught me Hiraishin and Rasengan,' or 'I'll tell my father everything.' He won't last long on the battlefield," said Naruto. After these words, Minato beamed, and Kushina was glad that they finally got along. "Okay, I'll re-educate him, I promise," said Minato, "and I will help," Kushina added. After 30 minutes, Kushina finished the remaining food and set the table, and after another 30 minutes, Menma woke up. "Good morning," Menma said. "Good morning," everyone answered. After these words, everyone sat down to breakfast. "Naruto, don't you want to learn Hiraishin?" Minato asked. "I don't mind, it's a useful technique for the lightning element," the eldest son replied. "Dad, why are you going to train him?" Menma asked with incomprehension. "Menma, I realized my mistakes and decided to make amends as soon as I can," Minato replied and continued, "and I advise you." Menma pondered the words of his father and then remembered the duel where Naruto won it without even straining, but he did not apologize, but just continued to eat. Naruto is already sitting in the classroom and talking to Sasuke. As the teacher comes in here, silence. "Today you start your shinobi journey, remember about the will of fire," Iruka used to say his speech. Team 10, Ino Yamanaka, Shikamaru Nara, Akimichi Cheiji. Sensei Asuma Sarutobi, Team 8, Hinata Hyuga, Shino Aburame, Kiba Inazuka. Sensei Yuki Kurinai. Then the team's new name, Team 7, Naruto Namikaze, Menma Namikaze, Sasuke Uchiha and Haruno Sakura. Iruka did not have time to finish as the whole class heard "Yes, I'm with Menma-kun," Sakura screamed. "Can I continue?" Iruka asked. Yes, of course," said the embarrassed pink-haired, Sensei Hatake Kakashi and Itachi Uchiha, continued Iruka. After 30 minutes, only Team 7 remained in the office. Naruto got used to Sensei's antics and just talked to Sasuke, and Menma and Sakura were furious and angry at Sensei, so they made a trap like in Kanon and waited. POV Kakashi. So, Hokage's youngest son, chakra control is a strong genin, taijutsu is a weak chunin, bukijutsu is a strong genin, fuinjutsu is an average chunin, ninjutsu is a weak hunin. Techniques: henge, clones, replacement, Hiraishin and Rasengan. Sasuke Uchiha. Chakra control is a strong genin, taijutsu is a weak chunin, bukijutsu is an average chunin. Ninjutsu strong chunin. Techniques: henge, clones, replacement, fireball, fire dragon. Naruto taught her in 4 years. Sakura Haruno is an ordinary genin, ballast, and Naruto Namikaze is our student. We already know everything about him, Itachi said. Yeah, we were lucky with the team. Well, at least your sister and Naruto are in it, I replied. Yes, he has the main lightning element, so he will need your help, Itachi said. Of course, he's my favorite student, I said. After that we went to the academy. When I got there, I opened the door and looked into the classroom, but I heard that something was flying at me. I can dodge though, if they did it together and a brush fell on me, ahaha, Menma and Sakura laughed. So Menma and Sakura are the culprits, but Naruto and Sasuke didn't even pay attention. They're not a good team, but we'll try, I thought. My first impression, I don't like you, I said. Get up on the roof, Itachi said, and we disappeared into Shunshin, and POV Kakashi, Sakura and Menma went up the stairs, and Naruto and Sasuke went up the wall. Hello Kakashi-sensei, Itachi-san said. Naruto, yo hi, said the sensei. Hello Kakashi-san, Nai-san said Sasuke. After that, they sat down and began to wait for the remaining team members. And so the exit door to the roof opened and Menma and Sakura came out. Well, let's start, Kakashi said. How did you get here? Sakura asked. We walked along the walls, Naruto replied. Sit down, Itachi said, and our genin sat down. My name is Itachi Uchiha. I love my family and girlfriend. He and Izumi have been dating for 3 years. I don't like traitors. The goal is to protect the village. Dream World Peace. Itachi finished. My name is Hatake Kakashi. What I like and don't like you won't be interested. The dream doesn't concern you. The hobby is reading. I'll keep the goal to myself. Now you, pink-haired, said Kakashi. I am Sakura Haruno. I love, a look at Menma, a goal, a look at Menma, a dream, a look at Menma. I Haruno screamed confused. Well, what don't you like? Kakashi asked with a sigh. I don't like Naruto and Sasuke. Sakura snorted. I am Menma Namikaze, the son of Hokage. I love training with my father and one girl. A silent look at Sasuke. I don't like Naruto. The goal is to surpass my father and become Hokage. Menma finished. Now you, Itachi said. Looking at Sasuke, I Sasuke Uchiha love tomatoes and Naruto. After these words, everyone except our hero was surprised, especially Itachi. I don't like arrogant and traitors. A hobby of coaching with Naruto. The dream is to become a strong kunoichi. Okay, now you, said Hatake, pointing at Naruto. I am Naruto Namikaze. I love Sasuke and coaching. I don't like arrogant and traitors. A hobby of coaching. A dream world peace. The goal is to travel the world and protect the village from the outside. Naruto finished. A great goal, said Hatake, pleased, because he knew how the residents treated Naruto. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the 14th training ground, said Itachi, who was also happy for Naruto and for his sister. Yes, she asked him and Mikoto for 4 years at the academy about her feelings for Naruto. Hi, said the genins, and the roses went home. And Sasuke and Naruto went to practice and take a walk. Our hero's morning was ordinary. Here they are already eating and Naruto asks the fox a question. Further dialogue will be in the subconscious. Hey Ku, can I use Rinnegan techniques already? Naruto asked. Yes, I think your body is already ready, the fox replied. And your chakra? Naruto asked. Now you can use only a small part of my power, and to use all of it you need to open the seal, and the key is with Sannin Jiraiya, but he is on a journey now, the fox replied. Well, let's start with Rinnegan. Naruto asked. Yes, but after the test. By the way, you'll be late, said Kurama. Don't worry. Kakashi-sensei is at least 2 hours late. Have you forgotten already? Naruto said. Okay. Go easy, except for the 14th, said the tailed one. Okay, listened to his friend Naruto and came out of the subconscious. When our hero ate, he went to the abandoned landfill 32. After 10 minutes of running, he was already there. Kurama, what's next? Naruto asked. Do you see that stone? The fox asked. Yes, Jinchuriki replied. Direct the chakra into the eyes and try to attract it, said Kurama. Naruto tried to pull the stone, but nothing happened. Imagine as if you understand it with your own hands. You should feel it, Kurama prompted. Thank you, Naruto replied. This time the stone was able to move a little from its place. So 1 hour passed and Naruto finally succeeded. Well done, you were able to learn Shinra Tensei in 1 hour, and now the same thing, just drop the stone, Deva's way, Kurama said. After these words, Naruto tried to throw the stone away and after 10 minutes he succeeded. Now create clones and let them try to host each other's attacks. Preda's way, said the tailed one. Naruto created 100 clones and sent them to train, create 30 more clones and let them try to read each other's thoughts by touching the head or chest, the way of man, commanded Kurama. Naruto created clones again and sent them to training, and you continue to attract and discard objects. So 30 minutes passed. All the clones have already roved and transferred their knowledge and skills to Naruto. That's enough tech for now, Kyuubi said. Thank you, Kurama. Pablo Goduril his friend Naruto go to the test with the team, the fox replied. On the way, Naruto decided that he would test his new abilities in training against Sensei. Where have you been? Asked the evil Sakura and tried to hit Naruto. I was training, the blonde man answered calmly, blocking the blow, as Sasuke blocked Boruto's blow. But Sensei said to be at the training ground at 7 o'clock. Haruno continued, pulling her fist out of her grip. That's right, supported the pink-haired Menma. Yesterday they were late for 3 hours and now I don't see them here, the scarlet-haired man replied. After that, Sakura and Menma calmed down. Sasuke came in 5 minutes later, followed by her teachers. Yohei greeted the former Anbu, good morning. Sasuke greeted her comrades, hi. Namikaze and Sakura said, your task is to take away the bells from us before 12 p.m., Itachi said. But there are 3 bells, the pink-haired one asked. That's right, one of you should go to the academy, Kakashi replied. Let's get started, Itachi shouted, and all the genins disappeared from view. Naruto immediately decided to find Sasuke and teleported to her with Hiration. Hi, Naruto said, and Sasuke shuddered, but calmed down after a second. Don't scare me like that, Sasuke said. I'm sorry, Naruto said, and Sasuke kissed him. After 10 seconds, they broke the kiss and Naruto continued, I sent clones to Menma and Sakura, but they refused to work with me. Then we come up with a plan and expect their actions, said Uchiha. Naruto nodded and they began to think over their actions. After 10 minutes, the plan was ready, as they heard the sounds of fighting and saw that Menma was trying to defeat Kakashi, and Sakura was lying in genjutsu. And when Menma fell, the demon of consciousness Naruto jumped on Kakashi, but the ash-haired one dodged. Decided to show up, Kakashi asked. They didn't want to work in a team, they had to wait, the blonde replied, and then ran to the Hatake. The fight began in taijutsu where the opponents were equal, but gradually Kakashi began to build positions and turning on the Sharingan began to fight on equal terms. After that, they jumped away from each other and Hunin began to fold the seals. Suiton is a water dragon, Hatake said. Doton is an earth dragon, the blonde man shouted. After that, the 2 dragons collided. The earthman swallowed the water one and flew on. Kakashi jumped back onto a branch, but Kunai Hirashina was already there. Shinra Tensei said, Naruto teleporting to Kunai, and Kakashi flew into the tree where Sasuke was. She cut the bells and stood next to Naruto opposite Itachi. I'm not surprised that you coped with Kakashi, but don't think that I'm weaker than him, Itachi said. There are 2 of us, and you are one. I don't think you can handle it, replied Sasuke. We are acting according to plan, Naruto said, and Sasuke nodded. Naruto printed Tanto and ran to Itachi, and Sasuke threw shurikens. In Kenjutsu, though a little, Itachi dominated. At this time, Sasuke changed her position, folding the seals along the way. Shinro Tensei shouted. Naruto and Itachi flew 20 meters away. Kato is a fire dragon, Sasuke said, and a dragon flew at the older Uchiha. He barely dodged, but he heard the sounds of lightning behind him. Raikiri, you lost, said Naruto. It looks like that, Uchiha said smiling, and Naruto took off the bell. Half an hour later, Kakashi and the rest of the team woke up. Naruto, Sasuke, who will you give the bell to? Hatake asked. Sasuke threw 2 bells to her teammates, and Naruto took her hand with the hand that had the bell in it. Great. You, passed, said Hatake, and Itachi smiled with the corners of his lips. Tomorrow at 9 near the Hokage residence, Itachi said and disappeared into Shanshin. Just don't be late this time, Naruto said. Good, Hatake replied and also disappeared into Shunshin. Menmakun, can we go somewhere? Sakura asked. Sasuke, do you want to go somewhere? Menma asked, taking her hand. Sakura then looked angrily at Uchiha and Naruto at Menma. Don't touch her, Naruto said in a sepulchral voice, releasing Kurama's ki, which made Sakura and Menma shake. Menma, let me go in a good way, Sasuke said in a cold voice. After that, Menma let her go and realized that this was a lost cause. Naruto and Sasuke went to the training sessions as usual. Listen Naruto, what kind of ki was that? Uchiha asked. This is the nine-tailed one, he's my friend. What? Have you made friends with the tailed one? She was surprised. Yes, for a long time, Naruto replied, but you can, I want to get acquainted with him, the brunette asked. Okay, said Naruto, taking her hand, and they were in the subconscious. Hey, Kurama, I'm going to meet you here, the scarlet-haired man said. After his words, a big red fox with 9 tails came out of the shadows behind the cage. Well hello, Uchiha said. Kurama, Z. Hello, K. Kyubi-san. Kunoichi replied. Don't be afraid, Sasuke, he's my friend and won't hurt you, Namikaze said, and Uchiha calmed down and nodded. Kyubi-san, what is your name? Sasuke asked. I am Kurama, and you are Sasuke. Uchiha, I know. Kurama said, yes, I tore a piece of the seal and now he can hear and watch everything that I hear and see, explained Naruto. I see, and nice to meet you, Kurama said the brunette and smiled. Okay, we need to go, said Naruto, and they left the subconscious. Well, Jinchuriki asked. He's not as bad as he was described, said Uchiha. Yes, and since he told you his name, it means now you are his friend, said the scarlet-haired one. Uchiha was glad of these words, because she did not seem to be possible, and kissed Naruto for joy, only now this kiss was hot and passionate. After 5 minutes, due to lack of air, they pulled away from each other. After that, they sparred in taijutsu, and after 40 minutes Naruto and Sasuke went to the house of the head of the Uchiha clan. Naruto and Sasuke have reached the house of the head of the Uchi clan, but Mikoto notices them. Oh, hello, Naruto-kun, he said. Hello, Mikoto-san, the scarlet-haired man replied. Come into the house, said Mikoto, going inside. The couple followed her in, took off their shoes and went into the living room. Well, how long have you been together? Mikoto asked, looking at their clasped hands and pouring tea. After these words, the genins blushed, but their hands did not open. Not how many days, the scarlet-haired man replied, and the younger Uchiha nodded. Congratulations. And when is the wedding? The older Uchiha asked. Well, Mom, Sasuke muttered, confused. What? I may want grandchildren, Uchiha said with a sneer, and the children became redder than a tomato. Okay, how's the test? Mikoto asked. We were able to defeat Itachi and Kakashi, Sasuke said. Well done. Not every genin can defeat 2 ANBU captains, Mikoto said. Well, I used to serve in the route, Namikaze said, and the Uchiha took a cup of tea. What? When? The Uchiha asked. At the age of 6 and before the academy, the scarlet-haired man replied. Now it's clear why you're so calm and serious. Mikoto shared her thoughts. Maybe, but Mom said that I was born this way, Naruto replied thoughtfully. It's time for me to go, otherwise the mother has already been waiting for me, said Jinchuriki, finishing his tea and getting up from the table. I'll see you, Sasuke said, and followed him. When they left the house, Sasuke kissed him and they said goodbye. When Naruto entered the house, his mother was standing on the threshold. You rascal, Kushina said, and hit her son on the head so that he flew out of the house. You're late for dinner, Bloody Habanera shouted. I'm sorry, Mikoto-san and Sasuke invited me to visit, Naruto said, rubbing his head. Okay, go to dinner, Kushina said with a smile, and they went to the kitchen. Well, how are you and Sasuke? Kushina asked. Now it's clear why you and Mikoto-san are best friends. Naruto thought out loud. Come on, so what? Kushina continued. Well, we're dating, Naruto replied. Congratulations. And when will the grandchildren be? Kushina asked. Not soon, Naruto said, and Kushina drooped. but I didn't say that they wouldn't be, Naruto said with a warm smile, and Kushina shone. Okay, I'm going to sleep, I'm very tired, said our hero and went to bed. For a month now, Team 7 has been performing missions of rank D, someone comes and works for the mission, someone sends a clone, and someone is outraged. Hello Hokage-sama. We're on a mission, Kakashi said. Kakashi, hi, I'm giving you a mission, a robot in the garden. Minato didn't finish. Father, give me a normal mission. Menma was indignant. But you are not ready yet, according to the reports you do not have a command robot, said Minato. Hokage-sama, I think Kakashi-senpai and Konoha's Bloody Fox can handle a C-rank mission, Itachi said. Well, if that's what you're asking, Tazuna-san, come in, shouted Hokage and a man in a drunken state with a bottle in his hand. Team 7, you will accompany Tazun-san to the land of waves, said the fourth. They? Yes, they are the same, just, detective. Ishiki. Especially, this one, blonde, said Tazuna. How dare you say that to me? Yes, I love you, Menma shouted. Shut up, Menma, Kakashi said. Tazuna-san, on the way we can meet only ordinary bandits, and also with you is the copying ninja, Kakashi, the master of illusions, Itachi, as well as the bloody fox Konoha, Itachi said. Good, said Tazuna. Who is this bloody fox? Menma asked. This is Naruto, Sasuke replied, and Sakura and Menma were awesome in 30 minutes at the main turn, said Kakashi. Hi, everyone shouted. At the main gate surprisingly, everyone came on time. Well, let's go, said the joyful Menma. Yes, we can move out, Kakashi said, and everyone left the village. Kakashi-sensei, for a long time, Menma was asked. You ask me this question every 10 minutes. Take an example from your brother, said Kakashi. Hey, demon. Like you, can you be a blood fox? The blonde man asked. Just because you don't believe in it doesn't mean you're right, Naruto replied. I knew it. You have no proof, Menma said, and everyone except Sakura and Naruto made a hand. Don't you have anything to do? Sasuke asked. How you talk to Menma-kun? Sakura shouted. Can't you stop this farce? Tazuna asked Itachi and Kakashi quietly. If only, Itachi replied. During the farce, Naruto went into the shadows and thought about his own, and Sasuke envied him. It's strange, there was no rain in the village. Where did this puddle come from? Thought Naruto. After 5 minutes, when they approached the puddle, Naruto and Sasuke threw kunai into it. Haha, my brother is not friends with his head at all. Menma laughed. You're right. Menma-kun. Sakura supported him, but after a few seconds the Nukanins got out of the puddle. One with a wound in his leg, and the other in his arm. Demon brother, said Naruto, and without further ado ran to Goza. Sasuke did not hesitate and ran to the maze, and the sensei decided to just watch. A minute later, Gozu and Meizu were already lying unconscious on the grass. Well done, then we ourselves, said Kakashi, and he and Itachi approached the Nukanins, picked them up and carried them into the forest. After 30 minutes they showed up and Kakashi started talking. Tazuna-san, is there anything you want to tell me? Then Tazuna told me how to Konan. Well, what are we going to do? Itachi asked, looking at the genins. We have to continue the mission, Menma said. Yes, Sakura replied. Naruto and Sasuke just nodded. Okay, then go ahead, said Kakashi. The construction was as follows. Naruto is in front since he is a sensor thanks to Kurama. Sasuke is behind him to cover him. Sakura and Tazuna are in the center. On the sides of Kakashi and Itachi as the main force. Menma covers the rear from behind. After 15 minutes, they came out into the clearing. Lie down, shouted Kakashi and pulled Tazuna and Sakura, Itachi, Menma, and Naruto Sasuke. A few seconds later, they saw a large sword stuck in a tree on which a man was standing bandaged in bandages. Zabuza Momochi, one of the 7 mist swordsmen, Kakashi said, copying ninja, Kakashi, and master of illusions, Itachi, surprised that you know me. Give me the architect and I won't touch you, Zabuza said. Kakashi-sensei, can I go with him? Naruto asked. Yes, but be careful, Kakashi replied. Zabuza, you didn't apologize to me for my eye, Naruto said, pointing to his scar. The bloody fox? Rinnegan asked. So you remember, replied Rinnegan. Of course I remember, it was I who gave you this nickname. The swordsman calmed down. Then let's start, the scarlet-haired man said seriously and ran at the opponent, pulling out his tanto. In Kenjutsu, the swordsman won in all parameters, but thanks to his agility, Naruto fights back. After 5 minutes, tanto broke from a strong blow from the swordsman and Naruto jumped 10 m away from the opponent. Kato, fire dragon, shouted Namikaze and released a large fire dragon. Suiton, water dragon. Zabuza replied and released an equally inferior water dragon. Futon, steam. The blonde man shouted and strengthened his dragon. When the technicians collided, a large steam formed and the team could not light anything. Meanwhile, a battle was going on in the smoke. Naruto took out a kunai, and Zabuza pulled his sword from the ground. After 6 minutes, both were breathing heavily and jumped away from each other. And you have become stronger, Zabuza said. Thank you. Who hired you? Naruto asked. I will tell you if you defeat me, the swordsman replied and rushed at Naruto. Doton is an earthen dome, said the scarlet-haired man, and he was covered with earth from all sides. Probably have to use Rinnegan, thought Naruto. You're right, the fox replied in his subconscious, giving his chakra so that Naruto would not be exhausted. Is that really all? Rinnegan asked. After these words, Bloody Fox jumped out of the dome and found himself in front of Zabuza. Shinra Tensei the swordsman heard and flew 20 meters away, after which he crashed into a tree. Bansha Tenin said the scarlet-haired man and pulled the swordsman to him, then hit him in the jaw and he ended up on the ground. You lost, Zabuza said Naruto with shortness of breath and barely standing on his feet. Suddenly, 3 senbons fly into the swordsman's neck and Anbu appears. Thanks, I've been following him for a long time. I'm taking him with me, Anbu said and disappeared with Zabuza. At the same time, the steam dissipated and Team 7 saw a battered Naruto with a torn jacket and torn pants. Naruto, how are you? Kakashi asked nervously. Everything, ho, past, the scarlet-haired man answered and began to fall, but Sasuke picked him up. Fool, she said softly. I'll carry him, Itachi said, taking the guy in his arms. The whole way the team walked in silence and without incident. Everyone was thinking about their own. Menma thought that his brother was so strong that he survived the fight with the swordsman, or the swordsman was weak that he could not defeat him. Sakura thought who was stronger than Menma or Naruto. Sasuke thought what a fool and egoist Naruto was that he forgot how worried she was about him, and Kakashi and Itachi thought that Naruto almost died because of them and next time they would help him. Naruto woke up in an unfamiliar room. He wanted to get up and look around, but saw Sasuke sleeping on his chest. He started stroking her head, which woke her up. As soon as she saw the guy wake up, she immediately rushed to hug him. Fool. You know how worried I was, Sasuke said with tears of joy. Forgive me, Naruto said in a hoarse voice and kissed her. How long have I been asleep? The scarlet-haired man asked. 2 days, the brunette replied. Let's go, there will be breakfast now, Kunoichi added. Good, Jinchuriki said. When they went down to the living room, the whole team was already at the table and waiting for food. Good morning, Naruto, Kakashi and Itachi said in unison. Good morning, replied Naruto. Forgive us for not helping you, Itachi said. I ran into it myself. Calm down, said the scarlet-haired man. At this time, Tazuna's daughter set the table and everyone started eating. After the fight with Zabuza, he was taken by Anbu fog, so we need to prepare for a new attack. Naruto shared the information. You're right, in that case we have 4 to 5 days left before the attack. What are you talking about? Menma and Sakura asked. I repeat, after the battle with Zabuza, Anbu mistook him, although he had to kill him, which means that they are for one thing and we need to be careful. Jinchuriki. Explained, in that case, we should start training. Itachi shared the idea. Exactly, after breakfast we will go to the forest near here, Kakashi suggested. Yes. Probably they will show me a strong technique with which I will win. Naruto and Sasuke will become mine, Menma thought. I will be able to prove myself at the coaching and Menma-kun will be mine. Sakura thought, I hope my brother will show a new fire technique or help in throwing shuriken and kunai. Sasuke thought, most likely he will attack during the day and directly on the bridge, and therefore I will have to be on duty on the bridge that day. Naruto thought, I think that it is necessary to distribute the watches on the bridge. Today Sasuke and Itachi will go, and you will train. Naruto suggested. I don't agree. Why do you decide who to go with? Menma was indignant. This is the most logical distribution. If I go today, then on the day of the attack I will be on the bridge where he will attack with a probability of 69%. Sasuke's main element is fire, which means Itachi can still train her better than Kakashi. You have the opposite, since you have more Namikaze genes, you have the lightning element and most likely the wind from your father, which means Kakashi is more useful for you than Itachi, and Sakura will learn control and improve chakra control thanks to her talent, explained Naruto. That's right Naruto, as always you calculate everything on the front, Kakashi said with a nice smile. Thank you Kakashi-sensei. I hope you understand everything, Naruto asked, looking at Menma and Sakura. Menma, realizing that it would not be possible to be in the same group with Sasuke, resigned himself, and Sakura was glad that she and Menma would train together. That's great, Tazuna-san. When do you go to the bridge? Kakashi asked. Later in the evening, so you can practice together, the bridge builder replied. Then let's go, Itachi said. After 30 minutes Kakashi stopped, followed by everyone else. So, which one of you can walk on trees? Kakashi asked. Naruto and Sasuke raised their hands. Well, and on the water Sasuke? Kakashi asked. I can, said Sasuke. Then go to Itachi, the ash-haired man said. Naruto, Sasuke and Itachi moved 50 m away from the teammates and Itachi started the rod. Sasuke, I will teach you the elements of fire, phoenix flowers, and Naruto, I will teach you Bokujutsu and Taijutsu, Itachi said. Hi, both shouted. After 3 hours, it was time to go on duty. Sasuke has already managed to make the technique, but it turned out to be very weak, and Naruto, as before, did not hit 3 targets, when throwing in the Itachi style, and was inferior to Itachi in Taijutsu. So 4 days passed. During this time, Sasuke learned the phoenix flowers, although not as perfect as she wanted. Naruto learned to hit all targets except one, and in Taijutsu he became almost on an equal footing with Itachi. Meanwhile, Menma and Sakura learned to walk on trees and water, and also, as Naruto used to say, Menma has the element of lightning and he began to learn how to control the lightning chakra. Why are you training? It's useless. There are no heroes, Inari shouted crying and ran to his room. Then Tazuna told a story about Inari's father and about Gato. After listening to the story, Naruto went to calm Inari. When he entered the room, he saw Inari crying and holding a piece of a photograph in his hands. Inari, you're right. There are no heroes in this world, because they all die. In other words, a hero is someone who is ready to sacrifice himself for the sake of peace and the life of another person, and therefore, your father was a real hero, so he sacrificed himself for you, your mom, grandpa and the rest of the residents. I think he didn't want you to cry now to burn. He wanted you to live a happy life. So wipe your tears and never cry again, Naruto finished. Inari was inspired by his words and calmed down. Thank you, Inari said and hugged Naruto. After this conversation, they went back down, finished their meal and all went to bed. Naruto woke up in an unfamiliar room. He wanted to get up and look around, but saw Sasuke sleeping on his chest. He started stroking her head, which woke her up. As soon as she saw the guy wake up, she immediately rushed to hug him. Fool. You know how worried I was, Sasuke said with tears of joy. forgive me, Naruto said in a hoarse voice and kissed her. How long have I been asleep? The scarlet-haired man asked. 2 days, the brunette replied. Let's go, there will be breakfast now, Kunoichi added. Good, Jinchuriki said. When they went down to the living room, the whole team was already at the table and waiting for food. Good morning, Naruto, Kakashi and Itachi said in unison. Good morning, replied Naruto. Forgive us for not helping you, Itachi said. I ran into it myself. Calm down, said the scarlet-haired man. At this time, Tazuna's daughter set the table and everyone started eating. After the fight with Zabuza, he was taken by Anbu Fog, so we need to prepare for a new attack. Naruto shared the information. You're right, in that case we have 4 to 5 days left before the attack. What are you talking about? Menma and Sakura asked. I repeat, after the battle with Zabuza, Anbu mistook him, although he had to kill him, which means that they are for one thing and we need to be careful, Jinchuriki explained. In that case, we should start training. Itachi shared the idea. Exactly. After breakfast we will go to the forest near here, Kakashi suggested. Yes. Probably they will show me a strong technique with which I will win. Naruto and Sasuke will become mine, Menma thought. I will be able to prove myself at the coaching and Menma-kun will be mine. Sakura thought. I hope my brother will show a new fire technique or help in throwing shuriken and kunai. Sasuke thought, most likely he will attack during the day and directly on the bridge, and therefore I will have to be on duty on the bridge that day. Naruto thought, I think that it is necessary to distribute the watches on the bridge. Today Sasuke and Itachi will go, and you will train, Naruto suggested. I don't agree. Why do you decide who to go with? Menma was indignant. This is the most logical distribution. If I go today, then on the day of the attack I will be on the bridge where he will attack with a probability of 69%. Sasuke's main element is fire, which means Itachi can still train her better than Kakashi. You have the opposite, since you have more Namikaze genes, you have the lightning element and most likely the wind from your father, which means Kakashi is more useful for you than Itachi, and Sakura will learn control and improve chakra control thanks to her talent, explained Naruto. That's right, Naruto, as always you calculate everything on the front, Kakashi said with a nice smile. Thank you, Kakashi-sensei. I hope you understand everything, Naruto asked, looking at Menma and Sakura. Menma, realizing that it would not be possible to be in the same group with Sasuke, resigned himself, and Sakura was glad that she and Menma would train together. That's great, Tazuna-san. When do you go to the bridge? Kakashi asked. Later in the evening, so you can practice together, the bridge builder replied. Then let's go, Itachi said. After 30 minutes Kakashi stopped, followed by everyone else. So, which one of you can walk on trees? Kakashi asked. Naruto and Sasuke raised their hands. Well, and on the water Sasuke? Kakashi asked. I can, said Sasuke. Then go to Itachi, the ash-haired man said. Naruto, Sasuke and Itachi moved 50 m away from the teammates and Itachi started the rod. Sasuke, I will teach you the elements of fire, phoenix flowers, and Naruto, I will teach you Bokujutsu and Taijutsu, Itachi said. Hi, both shouted. After 3 hours, it was time to go on duty. Sasuke has already managed to make the technique, but it turned out to be very weak, and Naruto, as before, did not hit 3 targets, when throwing in the Itachi style, and was inferior to Itachi in Taijutsu. So 4 days passed. During this time, Sasuke learned the phoenix flowers, although not as perfect as she wanted. Naruto learned to hit all targets except one, and in Taijutsu he became almost on an equal footing with Itachi. Meanwhile, Menma and Sakura learned to walk on trees and water, and also, as Naruto used to say, Menma has the element of lightning and he began to learn how to control the lightning chakra. Why are you training? It's useless. There are no heroes, Inari shouted crying and ran to his room. Then Tazuna told a story about Inari's father and about Gato. After listening to the story, Naruto went to calm Inari. When he entered the room, he saw Inari crying and holding a piece of a photograph in his hands. Inari, you're right. There are no heroes in this world, because they all die. In other words, a hero is someone who is ready to sacrifice himself for the sake of peace and the life of another person, and therefore, your father was a real hero, so he sacrificed himself for you, your mom, grandpa and the rest of the residents. I think he didn't want you to cry now to burn. He wanted you to live a happy life. So wipe your tears and never cry again, Naruto finished. Inari was inspired by his words and calmed down. Thank you, Inari said and hugged Naruto. After this conversation, they went back down, finished their meal and all went to bed. At 7 a.m., Naruto, Itachi, Sasuke, Kakashi and Tazuna were already on their way to the bridge. After 20 minutes they reached. Naruto, Sasuke, you will be near the Tazuna, and we are on the sides of the bridge, commanded Kakashi. Hi, Genins shouted and everyone dispersed to their positions. After 1 hour, the fog appeared, which means Zabuza is already here. Kakashi Tataki, Itachi Uchiha, you will fight with me. Haku, you're wearing small ones, Zabuza commanded. Yes, Zabuza-san, and Bushnik replied. Itachi and Kakashi started a fight with Zabuza, and Haku surrounded Genins with ice mirrors. Sasuke, these mirrors just can't be destroyed, we can say that we are trapped, said Naruto. Understood, Sasuke replied, and you're smart. Well, let's check who is faster, said Haku and started letting senbons into Genins. They dodged for the first 10 minutes, but then Sasuke began to barely stand on her feet, and Naruto, thanks to Kyuubi, was only breathing a little heavily. Damn, if it goes on like this, Sasuke won't be able to stand it. My Rinnegan techniques won't help break mirrors, the Kyuubi chakra is too dangerous, and ordinary and elemental techniques will only deplete the chakra. We need someone to destroy the mirrors outside, Naruto thought. I'm tired of you. Said Haku and senbons flew at Genins from all sides. Naruto was able to dodge, but Sasuke was too weak and therefore the scarlet-haired man covered her with his body and fell down without strength. Senbons hit the points of chakra circulation. Naruto. Behind, then said Sasuke with shortness of breath and tears, not, volume, Nicia. I didn't have time to finish Naruto and closed my eyes. Sasuke, because of emotions, thought that he had died and awakened the third Sharingan. Wow, it looks like he was very important to you. Don't worry, you'll see him soon, Anbu said and prepared to attack, but then he hears a shout from behind. Rasengan shouted Menma and the mirror in which Haku would have been broken, and Sasuke fell unconscious. Damn it. Boy, you're the one. Haku didn't finish when he saw that Kakashi was preparing to kill Zabuza with his technique. And now Kakashi is already flying to Zabuza, but Haku appears between them and the next second his heart is pierced through. Ha-ku, said the swordsman barely breathing. Zabuza-san, I hope I was a good weapon, Haku said and fell to the ground. It looks like you won, Nuknin said, and after his words, Gato appears with his subordinates. I'm disappointed in you, Zabuza. Couldn't win a bunch of shinobi leaf, but never mind, soon you'll all die, finished Gato. Kakashi, give me your kunai, Zabuza asked. Kakashi silently threw the kunai, then the kanon fight. After the massacre, Zabuza lay down next to Haku and asked to be buried next to them. Kakashi accepted the request and the swordsman closed his eyes. 2 days later, Naruto wakes up and sees Sasuke lying next to him. He was not surprised by this picture and smiled at such a déjà vu. After 5 minutes, Sasuke also woke up and saw her boyfriend looking at her face. You, alive? Sasuke asked. Did I die? Jinchuriki asked in a misunderstanding. After his words, Sasuke realized that she had misunderstood everything and smiled and hugged the blonde. You're such a fool, she said into his neck. I know, I've already told you, he said, hugging her to him. A week later, the bridge was completed and called it Zabuza Bridge, and our team returned back to Konoha. After Team 7 returned to Konoha, they went to the Hokage's office. Hello, Hokage-sama. Itachi and Kakashi said in unison. Hello, were you delayed on a mission? Hokage asked. Yes, we were attacked by the swordsman of the mist, Zabuza Momochi along with his ward. We decided to protect the bridge builder to the end, Kakashi said. I take it you were able to cope with him, more than Minato asked. Yes, Itachi answered. Okay, then I'll give you an A-rank mission, Minato said proudly. Sakura and Menma shouted, and Naruto and Sasuke smiled. After the conversation, everyone went home. Mom, I'm home, Menma shouted and got hit on the head by Kushina. Where have you been for so long? The red-haired woman with 9 strands behind her head asked. We met Momochi Zabuza on the mission, we had to stay late, Naruto said calmly as always and got hit on the head. Why didn't they warn you? Kushina asked. We somehow didn't think, the blonde man replied, rubbing the back of his head. Okay, I forgive you for the first time. But next time, Kushina said, finally cracking his fingers. I see, Menma said, and Naruto raised an eyebrow. Sit down to eat, just tell me everything said Kushina. After dinner, Naruto went to practice a little and sleep. The next morning the whole family is already sitting at the table and eating. Naruto finished the first one and wanted to leave unnoticed as usual, as the family was keen on talking, but this time he was noticed. Are you leaving already? Where to? Minato asked. For coaching, Naruto said, and Minato remembered that he wanted to teach his son Hiraishin. Why don't I come with you? Minato suggested. Why? The scarlet-haired man asked. I'll teach you Hiraishin, the older blonde replied. I finally remembered, Naruto said with a sneer. I'm sorry, I just worked a little hard, Minato replied with an awkward smile and rubbing the back of his head. Let's go, Naruto said, and Minato beamed. At Polygon 14. First you need to put your formula on the kunai, Minato said, handing his kunai to his son. For example, this is my formula. You can copy it and then improve it. After you create your formula, direct the chakras into it and put it where it will be convenient or necessary for you. For example, I bet on kunai or on my enemy during a fight. The technique is also useful if you need to, for example, move from the Hokage's office to your home and vice versa. Well, it seems like everything. Minato exhaled. Any questions? Minato asked. As I understand it, I don't have to use kunai, Naruto asked. Yes, you can use clones, Minato replied in front of him. Now everything is clear, thank you, the scarlet-haired man thanked. Please, okay, I'm late for the robot. See you later, the blonde man said and disappeared into the yellow lightning. So, the team and I have to meet at our place in 30 minutes, so I'd better create clones and let them create a formula and teach Hiraishin, and I'll go to the meeting myself, Naruto thought. Team meeting place 7, guys, I have good news for you, said Kakashi. What is it? Sakura asked. You will participate in the Chunin exam. But this is only at your request. Itachi was ahead of his senpai. That's right, Kakashi finished. I agree, Menma shouted. Me too, Haruno shouted. I don't mind, Sasuke said calmly. Me too, Naruto said indifferently. Okay, then tomorrow at 10 o'clock the first stage at the academy, said Kakashi. That's all for today. Free. Itachi finished and disappeared into Shunshin. Bye, said Kakashi and followed Itachi's example. We need to celebrate this, said Menma. I have things to do, until tomorrow, said Naruto and was about to leave, but Sasuke stood in front of him. Is something wrong? Sasuke asked anxiously. No, it's just that my father told me how to use Hiraishin, and I don't want to waste time, the blonde replied, smiling warmly at Sasuke, and she blushed from this smile. Okay, good luck, said Sasuke smiling back. I'm not going either, the brunette said in the same voice, looking at Sakura and Menma. And I'll go to Menmaku. And Sakura replied. Damn, this Naruto is putting a stick in the wheels again. Well, I'll go with Sakurai, Menma thought. Okay, then we passed, Menma replied, and Sakura shone. By Naruto, Sasuke said and kissed him on the cheek. By Jinchuriki answered and went to the training ground. After 20 minutes, he got there and planted clones. From them he learned that the formula turned out. Our hero took the kunai in his hand and tried to put his seal on it. After 2 seconds, he felt something and looked at the handle where the seal was. Naruto threw the kunai into a tree that was 7 meters away from him, directed the chakras to the kunai, and after 2 seconds he was already there. Not bad, but you need better, Naruto thought, and created 100 clones and continued coaching. After 2 hours, Naruto released the clones and the delay for the change was 0.5 seconds. Naruto decided that it would be better to use clones to move and created 20 clones and continued training again. After 1 hour, Naruto got rid of the clones and decided to train Rinnegan, Kurama. What other abilities does Rinnegan have? Naruto asked a question in his subconscious. Try Chibaka Tensei, Kurama replied. What is it? Naruto asked. Chibaka Tensei is a technique by which you create a black sphere from your hands, which then ascends to heaven. When activated, the sphere becomes a powerful core of attraction, attracting all the surrounding matter to itself until it creates a large satellite. Also, you control the measurements of this sphere yourself, but it depends on your chakra reserve, because the technique itself is chakras. Kurama finished. Okay, I understand, said Naruto and went to the abandoned 32 landfill so as not to attract attention. When he came, he created 40 clones and started training. After 2 hours, he managed to use a full-fledged technique and he went home tired. Hello, Naruto, the scarlet-haired man heard when he entered the house. Hi, Jinchuriki said wearily and sat down on the sofa. Is something wrong? Kushina asked. No, I'm just tired of coaching, said Naruto and passed out. When you wake up, I'll arrange such a coaching for you. Kushina growled and continued to do her own business, morning as usual. I woke up at 6, had breakfast with my family at 7, went out at 7:30 for training. To train until 9:30 and went to the academy. Hi, Naruto, said Sasuke. Hi, Naruto replied. If everything is here, then you can go, Menma suggested, and the whole team went to room 301. They have already climbed to the second floor and see the pandemonium of genins. Menma and Sakura stopped, while Naruto and Sasuke continued walking. Hey, where are you going? The blonde man was puzzled. To room 301, Sasuke replied. Are you completely blind? This is the office, Sakura shouted, pointing her finger at the door. Have fun, said the scarlet-haired man, and the illusion disappeared, and instead of the genins who did not allow them to pass, Izumo and Katetsu appeared. Well done, you coped with the illusion, Izumo said in the back of the departing Naruto and Sasuke. Sakura-chan, let's date, Lee suggested. No. You're not my type, Sakura answered and went after her teammates, and Lee drooped at the entrance to the auditorium. They were met by Itachi and Kakashi and the conversation began. Had no doubt that you would cope with the illusion, praised Kakashi. I am sure that you will become a chunin, Itachi continued, looking at Naruto and Sasuke. Thank you, Genina said in unison except Naruto. Thank you, Jinchuriki said softly. But the sensei heard him. Well, good luck, said the last word in unison. The Hunins and missed the team. When they entered the audience, all the genins began to catch them with their ki, but compared to Naruto's ki, this is negligible and no one in Team 7 did not even flinch. Menmakuen said, the blonde on the right, and hung on to Namikaze Jr. So you are also passing. I'm not surprised, Shikamaru said in a lazy voice. Hello everyone, said Kiba, who came up with his team. So the whole issue is here, said Menma, taking off the Ino. Yes, it looks like it, Shikamaru replied. Naruto and Sasuke, meanwhile, were discussing the first stage aside, but suddenly Naruto was distracted by one genin with red hair who was staring at him. Naruto, these are the Jinchuriki of One-Tailed and it looks like they are not in harmony, said the fox in his head. Okay, I'll deal with him, the blonde man replied in his thoughts. Hello, I'm Yakushi Kabuto and I can tell you information about all the participants, said an ash-haired guy about 17 years old adjusting his glasses. Yes. Give me information about Naruto Uzumaki, Gaara no Sobakuno and Sasuke Uchiha. Naruto Uzumaki. Wow, Kabuto was surprised. What's there? Menma asked. Jinchuriki Nine-Tailed. He served in the Root Anbu and is a Rinnegan. Possesses all 5 elements. Taijutsu is a weak Hunin. Ninjutsu is an average Jounin. Fuin failed to finish Kabuto as he was twisted by a scarlet-haired guy. why does an ordinary genin have such information? Naruto asked. Just an observation, Kabuto replied nervously. Only Hokage and Danzo knew that I served in the root. There are two options. 1. You have penetrated the root archive. 2. You have penetrated the Hokage archive. 3. You are a confidant of one of them. So tell me who you really are, Naruto continued. Well done, Naruto. I'm a robot for your godfather Orochimaru-sama, admitted Kabuto. My godfather Snake-san. We need to meet him, Jinchuriki thought. And what do you need for the exam? The scarlet-haired man asked. I can't say that, but he will, Kabuto replied. And when? Naruto asked another question. After the second stage, come to the root base at 1700 hours, the ash-haired man replied. Okay, finished Naruto and released Kabuto. Immediately after that, the examiner comes in and everyone sits down in their seats. My name is Marino Ibiki. I am a stage 1 examiner. You are given a piece of paper with 9 questions, which are given 45 minutes to complete. When the time is over, I will name the last, 10th question, Ibiki used to say, releasing his ki. If an attempt to write off is noticed more than 3 times, then you and your team will be disqualified. In other words, one will get caught, and the whole team will suffer. And now, let's get started. Ibiki finished and everyone turned over their leaves. Naruto signaled Sasuke and started writing answers, and she copied them with Sharingan. After 15 minutes, Sasuke and Naruto finished and looked at their teammates. Menmu was most worried because he does not know the answer to any question, and Sakura wrote answers without stopping. Naruto decided that he needed to help Menma and teleported his piece of paper to him, as he imperceptibly put a mark on it before the exam. Menma, as soon as he saw the sheet, immediately began to rewrite, and after 10 minutes everything was ready. After he looked at the signature and was surprised because Naruto helped him. He also imperceptibly teleported the leaf to his brother and looked at him with gratitude. In 20 minutes, time's up, Ibiki shouted. Now there will be the last, 10th question, and if you don't answer it, then fail the exam. Marino shouted the last words. But there are those among us who have already participated in the exam, the second one shouted, so you are unlucky, but you have a chance to escape. You can leave, Ibiki replied. After these words, 3 teams left. Are you sure you want to stay? Because if you answer incorrectly, you will never become a Tsunenomi again. The examiner of the first stage finished and 2 more teams left the exam. Okay, then everyone who stayed here, past Yumano finished and a girl with purple hair in a brown palto and a mesh suit under it flies in through the window. There are a lot of participants left. Getting old, Ibiki. Shut up, Ibiki replied. I am Mitarashi Enka, the examiner of the second stage, which will take place at the 34th training ground or Forest of Death. Follow me, she shouted, and everyone went to the venue of the second stage. In front of you is the Forest of Death, and soon you will find out for yourself why it is called that way, Enka used to say, but noticed that one guy was not listening to her and threw a kunai at him. Well, what was it? The scarlet-haired man asked with indifference, beating off the kunai that was flying at his brother. And you are good, Enko said, smiling, and continued, you are given a scroll of heaven or earth. The task is to select the opposite. Before the start of the stage, you need to sign the forms as an agreement that we are not responsible for your lives. Enka explained the rules. After her words, all the genins took turns entering the gazebo hidden from the rest of the genins to sign and pick up their scroll. Our team has a sky scroll. After that, all participants were taken to their gates where they will begin the exam. After 5 minutes, our team was already at their gates and waiting for them to open. Another 5 minutes passed and the gate opened. Our genins ran 300 m and Naruto stopped. I suggest that Sasuke has the scroll, said Naruto. Why? Sakura wondered. In our team, me and Menma are attacking, so there is a very high risk that he will be taken away from us, and Sasuke is a cover. She doesn't go into battle for no reason and can be very inconspicuous, an ideal option, Naruto said. I agree, Menma said. Me too, Sasuke said, so that's what we'll do. The scarlet-haired man finished giving the scroll to Sasuke. Code word. The scarlet-haired man said his thoughts aloud. Our sensei's favorite book is Offer Menma. Not bad, Jinchuriki agreed. Let's go further, the brunette suggested. Yes, everyone answered. So our team walked for another 30 minutes until they met the team from the grass. The opponents turned out to be easy and our team coped in 2 minutes. Oddly enough, they had a scroll of earth. Aren't you Uzumaki? Naruto asked, looking at the red-haired girl in the bites. Why yes, she replied cautiously. I'm not going to hurt you. Just tell me, what are these bites? Jinchuriki asked. If you bite me, then all the wounds will heal, the girl said with fear. It's clear. Come with us, I'll arrange for you to live in Kano and no one will use you, the blonde offered. Promise? She asked, and Naruto nodded. I don't think Konoha will refuse another Uzumaki, thought Namake's eldest son. After 8 hours of continuous running, our team decided to make a stop in the cave. Naruto and Menma were putting up barriers, Sasuke and Karen were putting up tents, and Sakura was eating. After 30 minutes everything was ready and our hero sat down to eat. Karen, since you don't have a tent, I'll give you mine, the scarlet-haired one began. But where will you sleep? Uzumaki asked. He's going to sleep with me, Sasuke said. Good, Karen said. I was supposed to be sleeping with Sasuke. Damn, my older brother is always ahead, but I won't give in to him, Menma thought. I also want to sleep with Menma-kun, Sakura thought. Then it's decided, Naruto said and went to Sasuke's tent. After 10 minutes, everyone else finished and went to the tents. When Sasuke came in, Naruto was still awake, but thinking about something. Is something wrong? Sasuke asked, hugging him. Yes, I think why the Godfather wants to see me. Well, he's not going to kill you, so it's okay, Uchiha suggested. Yes, you're right, said the scarlet-haired man and went to bed, followed by Uchiha. The next morning Naruto woke up before everyone else, so he decided to start eating. After 30 minutes Sasuke got up with Karen and started helping him. When an hour had passed, the hedgehog was ready, and Sakura and Menma also woke up. After breakfast, Team 7 went to the tower. Along the way, they did not meet anyone because thanks to Naruto, they avoided everyone. After 15 hours of continuous running on the upper tracks, they finally got tired and wound up, except for Karen. She only had shortness of breath, and Naruto, who was used to long journeys, reached the tower. As soon as our heroes entered, Menma and Naruto printed the scrolls from where Kakashi and Itachi came out. After the praise from the sensei, everyone went to their rooms, and Naruto, Karen, Kakashi and Itachi continued the conversation. Well, Naruto, tell me, ordered Kakashi. This is Karen Uzumaki. It has healing power. After biting her, all your physical wounds instantly heal. I want her to move to Konoha. You do understand that this can affect the relationship with the grass? Itachi asked. Excuse me, Karen spoke up. They said that if I don't pass the exam, I may not come back. The girl continued. Well, in that case, why not? Kakashi said, and Itachi nodded. Thank you, Itachi-san, Kakashi-sensei. And now can you take her to the Hokage? The scarlet-haired man asked. Okay, Kakashi replied, taking the red-haired girl by the hand, and he, Karen and Itachi disappeared into Shunshin, and Naruto went to rest. It has been 4 days since our team passed the second stage. During this time, Karen was able to start living in Konoha. Naruto spent all the time with Sasuke, and of course Menma tried to win her heart for the first 2 days, but after numerous failures he accepted that he had no chance and feelings for her cooled down. Sakura is the same, well, as usual. Also during this time, Naruto has a new acquaintance and friend. Flashback. Naruto's It's been 2 days, and the new team has not come. And I was hoping to talk to that red-haired one from Suna. Today the day passed as usual. Sasuke and I spent all the time together in training, etc. But today a miracle happened. A team from the sand came. As soon as I saw them, I immediately started the rod. What's your name? I asked. approaching the red-haired man. Gaara, but a dog, he replied, Naruto Namikaze. Can we talk in private? I asked as I left, and Gaara nodded and followed me. What do you need? He asked. I'm a Jinchuriki nine-tailed, and you? I asked. I am the Jinchuriki of the one-tailed one. Gaara replied, I understand that you are not on the best terms with him and that's why you are constantly thirsty for blood. I'm offering you my help, but you're trying to mend the relationship in the family, okay? I asked, how can you help me? And how can I establish relations with my family if they don't lead me? Gaara was perplexed. To make friends with your Jinchuriki, you need to go down into your subconscious and with these I will help you. There you will meet him, and then start a conversation, find a common language and find out his name. About the family, I see the way they look at you. They are afraid of you, but you need to show that you are friendly, not a monster. I told you the basics, then I finished it myself. Okay, I agree, replied the one-tailed Jinchuriki. Then let's get started, I said and touched his forehead. After that, we found ourselves in his subconscious, where we met the one-tailed one. At first he tried to scare us, but when I calmed Gaara down, a conversation began. One-tailed, talk to your Jinchuriki and try to make friends, I suggested. Why is that? Ichibi asked. You and him are together for life. Continue and it will be worse for both of you, Naruto explained. Listen to his brother, said a third voice, Kurama. Are you friends with a person? How low you've fallen, do you think it's better to live alone for thousands of years? The fox asked. Okay, I agree, but you will fix the seal that keeps me here. The raccoon set the conditions, no problem. Gaara, then it's up to you. After the exam, we will meet near Ichiraku Ramen, and there we will continue, Naruto said finally, and they left the subconscious together with Kurama. After the conversation, I went to my room where I sat down to meditate and waited for my new friend to come. 10 minutes have passed and there is a knock on my room. Gaara, come in, I said, and we went into my room. Thank you. Shikaku is not as bad as they say about him and he does not terrorize my brain as much as before, but how are you going to change the seal? He asked. I'll ask my mother. She's an Uzumaki and knows Fuin well, so don't worry, I replied. Why are you helping me, Netamival Gaara? I felt sorry for you, and besides, it wouldn't hurt to establish relations with your village. By the way, when we go to put a new seal after the qualifiers, take your family with you, okay? I explained and asked. Yes, of course, the cheerful Gaara answered. Okay, I'll go to my family, the red-haired man said as he left. Bye, I said. After the day passed as usual with Sasuke. The next morning I saw the dog's family having breakfast together and didn't show it outwardly, but inside I was happy for Gaara. When they saw me, they greeted me and thanked me for my help. Closer to 5 p.m., 2 more teams came. Team 8 and 11. I knew a genius of the Hyuga clan who, despite being from a side branch, owns techniques from the main branch of the clan, but at the same time he is not so arrogant, unlike his sister. Hinata. From the very childhood I did not like her behavior. Although she is a genius, she is not at the level of Neji, but she does not have the audacity, and because of the seal, he is on a leash with her. I went to training as usual, but this time without Sasuke since she went to her friend Ten. And when I went up to the roof, I saw Neji and Hinata training and decided to watch. Neji definitely took it up, but Hinata applied the seal of the settlement and he began to writhe in pain. I quickly knocked out Hinata and Neji seemed to feel better. How are you? I asked. It's fine, thank you, he replied, breathing heavily. I'm Naruto Namikaze, and you're Neji Hyuga, right? I introduced myself. Yes, nice to meet you, he answered after catching his breath. If you are put against her in the exam, then you will lose. I voiced the fact. I know, but there is no choice, he sighed heavily. If something goes wrong, I'll step in, I said. Okay, but keep in mind that Hyuga is an arrogant clan. Neji shared the information. I know. Don't you want to practice? I asked. Come on, he replied, and we started training. After 2 hours we were already sitting and talking when suddenly Niji took hold of his head and fell to the floor. I looked around and saw Hinata, who had just woken up, cancel the technique. Now, I said through my teeth, releasing 210-ki kurama. She was already twisted with fear, and her body began to tremble and she fell to her knees, and Niji stopped suffering from pain. "Go away," I ordered again in a calm voice. Good," she stammered and ran away. "Thank you, Naruto." I wouldn't mind talking to her myself, but the seal, Hyuga finished quietly. "Don't worry, you won't have that seal soon," I said. "How?" Niji was perplexed. "I'll deal with your clan and take her away, just trust me," I replied. "Good," he said with a smile. Since then we have become good friends, and it turned out that we are very similar in character and outlook on the world. End POV. Naruto and flashback. Qualifying fights are starting now. After the Hokage's speech about the real essence of the exam, fights began. I am Gekko Hayato and the judge of the qualifying fights. You can kill, but it is not recommended. Also, if the judge deems it necessary, he has the right to stop the fight. And now the first duel, Naruto Namikaze/Kiba Inuzuka. "Hi loser, it's probably hard for Menmi to be on the same team with you," Kiba mocked, but Naruto was silent. Gekko shouted. Kiba started the fight in taijutsu, but Naruto fought off all the blows and counterattacked. He did not want to show all his strength and pretend to be weak in the old-fashioned way. Kiba got tired of it and switched to clan techniques, while Naruto just dodged. After 5 minutes, the scarlet-haired man got tired of it and he just knocked out the Kibu. "The winner is Naruto Namikaze," said the judge, and Kiba was taken away from the arena, and Naruto climbed to the stands. Sasuke Uchiha's next fight is against Yoroi Akado. Here he is an ordinary genin from Konoha. The fight began in taijutsu where Sasuke won in all respects. And now Sasuke blocks another blow, but suddenly weakens sharply. "What? My chakra. It's like he took her away," Sasuke thought. Yoroi almost hit Sasuke, but the girl could barely dodge. Sasuke immediately after leaving the blow activated the Sharingan and started throwing kunai and shurikens at the enemy at the same time. The trouble is on him. Yoroi barely dodged because the iron flew straight at the target, and when one of the kunai hit his knee, he fell, and Sasuke struck him in the jaw and the opponent passed out. "The winner is Sasuke." Uchiha Hayato announced the result. Sasuke was walking to the stands and suddenly felt a heaviness in her legs and began to fall, but Naruto caught her and picked her up. "Take her to the infirmary. She has chakra exhaustion," Naruto said, looking towards the medics. They took Sasuke and took him to the infirmary, and Naruto went up to the stands. Then only the results: Menma Namikaze/Choji Akimichi, Menma, Sakura Haruno/Ino Yamanaka, draw, Gaara/Rock Lee, Gaara, but he didn't break bones and didn't go crazy. Shikamaru Nara/Issei Dakuro, defeated Shikamaru, and this is clanless. Shino Aburame/Kankuro, Shino. Hinata Hyuga/Niji Hyuga, give up, you will never defeat me. Hinata said, no. Hinata Sama lit up Niji and stood in his stance. Mom asked for it, Hinata said. And rushed at the guy. In taijutsu, Niji was stronger, so Hinata wanted to apply the technique of her clan. After 5 minutes, 8 trigrams 64 palms, Hinata shouted and tried to attack Niji. Rotation, the elder Hyuga replied. After Hinata's failure, Niji also used this technique, but this time Hinata could not evade and used the seal of submission. Niji began to writhe in pain, and Hinata began to beat him. After 2 minutes of beatings from Hinata, Niji could barely stand on his feet. And now Haim of the Hyuga clan is about to deliver the last blow, but Naruto stops her by wringing her hand. That's enough, you've won, Naruto said. I knew she would lead, everything is going according to plan, thought Jinchuriki Kubi. The winner is Hinata. Hyuga Hayato announced, and Niji was carried off on a stretcher from the arena, and Naruto released Hyuga. That's all for today. You can be free, said the examiner, and left the arena, and the Hunins, Genins, and Hokage followed his example. When Naruto returned to the village, he immediately ran to the ANBU route based at in 15 minutes. Grandpa Danzo said. Naruto entering the office where Danzo and a man with long black hair and white skin were sitting. Naruto, sit down, the head of the route replied. Hello, Naruto-kun, I'm Orochimaru, your godfather, said the stranger. Hello, Naruto-kun, I'm Orochimaru, your godfather, said the stranger. Snake Sannin. Orochimaru, I know who you are. But why didn't I know that you are my godfather and haven't met you before? Namikaze was perplexed. I was very busy and didn't have time to look into the village, and I am your godfather by the will of Minato, replied Sannin. I see, so why did you want to see me? The scarlet-haired man was interested. As I already said, I was on a mission that was to spy on 4 great countries. We collected information and found out that the cloud, sand and stone want to jointly attack Konoha in time for 3 stages. But not everything is so bad. Kabuto reported to me that you are communicating well with the Kazekage family, so try to change them to our side. Sannin shared the information. Well, the sand is on our side, and what's next? The cloud and the stone will most likely cause considerable damage to the village, which is very bad. Besides, they will most likely take the 2-tailed and 4-tailed Jinchuriki, Namikaze suggested. We know, but there's nothing we can do. We need to pretend that we don't know anything, Danzo said. Okay, I agree. Naruto made the decision. Naruto, stage 3 will be in a month, do you want to become my student? Orochimaru asked. Yes, Jinchuriki replied. Great, I'll come over for dinner tonight, Orochimaru said. Bye, the blonde man replied and left. On the way, Naruto was thinking about the conversation and about his new teacher, so he didn't notice how he ran home. Entering the house, he went to the kitchen where the smell of food came from. The table was set with food, and the whole family was sitting at it. Hi Naruto, you're just in time, Kushina said. Hi, Mom, the scarlet-haired man replied. Hi, brother. Ami greeted him with a hug. Hi, said Jinchuriki, smiling with the corners of his lips. Soon the guests will come, so do not take food, commanded Kushina. Dad, has Danzo told you yet? Jinchuriki asked. What are you talking about? Minato wondered. Then Naruto told all the information and the plan to Orochimaru and Danzo. I see, so you invited Kazekage too? Minato asked. Yes, the scarlet-haired man answered and received a blow from his mother. Couldn't you tell me later? Kushina asked. I'm sorry, Naruto replied, rubbing his head from the blow. Okay, thanks for the warning, the blonde man said, and Naruto nodded. After 10 days, all the guests and the Kazekage family came and started eating. When 10 minutes passed after the start of the meal, Naruto began a dialogue. Kazekage-sama, can I talk to you? Naruto, who had been silent before, asked. Okay, Kazekage answered, and they went to another room. Entering the room, Naruto began a dialogue. Gaara told you about the seal? The scarlet-haired man asked. Yes, can you really help? Kazekage asked. Not me, but my mom. She will put a new seal, but in return you will help us against Kiri and Kuma. Do you agree? Naruto set the conditions. Of course, I would have done it anyway if you had helped us. Kazekage agreed. Glad to hear it. Then let's go back to the table, finished Naruto, opening the door and leaving the room, and Raza followed him. When they entered the kitchen, everyone looked at them, and Naruto nodded approvingly to his father. Minato immediately understood what his son meant and smiled. Then everything went well. The children except Naruto, Sasuke, and Gaara went to the backyard, and the adults and the 3 above-mentioned remained to discuss business. Minato, I understand Naruto has already told you more than the snake, Sannin asked. Yes, and he also agreed with Kazekage. Hokage replied. What are you talking about? Jiraiya asked. Then Orochimaru told all the information and the plan to those present. I think that we need to prepare for the battle, so Naruto is now my student and tomorrow we leave the village for a month. Orochimaru shared the idea. I think so too, and Menma and I are also going to train tomorrow, said Jiraiya. Sasuke, you will be trained by me, Kakashi and Shisui. He recently returned from a mission, Itachi said. Then I'll teach Gaara, Raza said. After that, everyone sat for a while and dispersed. The Hokage family and 2 Sannin are standing at the main gate of Konoha. We have to go, said Orochimaru. Okay, bye mom, dad, said Naruto. We'll probably go too, for now, Jiraiya said. Jiraiya, you will teach Menma the bad, Kushina threatened, lifting 9 strands of hair. PP got it, Jiraiya replied nervously. This also concerns you, Kushina continued, looking at Orochimaru. I know, said the snake. After saying goodbye, our heroes went their separate ways. Orochimaru-san, where are we going? Naruto asked. To one of my shelters, replied Sannin. From where do you have shelters? Naruto asked. My hobby is to do experiments, so I had to build shelters so that no one would find out too much, and it's convenient, Orochimaru replied. I see, the scarlet-haired man nodded. They walked the whole next way in silence and after 4 hours reached their destination. We have come, said Orochimaru, and pushed away the stone that was lying in the clearing. After that, the entrance to the shelter opened in the ground. The shelter was dark and was a maze with many rooms. Naruto walked with Orochimaru for 10 minutes until he stopped. This is the training ground where you will train, and here is your room, said Orochimaru. Okay. When will we start training? Jinchuriki asked. Right now, replied Sannin and attacked Naruto. They were standing at the training ground at that time. In Taijutsu, Orochimaru surpassed his student by 2 times, so Naruto missed every 3 strokes. Weakly, said Snake Sannin, and jumping away from Naruto began to fold the seals. Futon is a great impulse, said Sannin. Kato is the great fireball, Naruto replied. The fire became even stronger thanks to the wind and rushed at the enemy. The flame reached its goal, but Naruto knew that this was not all, and it was. Orochimaru appeared from behind the scarlet-haired snake and tried to pierce it with a kunai, but Naruto pushed him away from himself. You already know how to use your eyes, praiseworthy, said Orochimaru, rising from the ground, but a dog from lightning was already flying at him, which Orochimaru beat off with a great gust. Naruto at this time created armor from lightning that covered his body and ran to Orochimaru with Raikiri in his hand. He managed to dodge in time and with the help of the hand of snakes grabbed the guy's body and put the kunai to his throat. Not bad, but I'm sure it's not all your strength, right? Snake Sannin asked. Yes, but it's still difficult in a fight with a strong opponent, Naruto replied. You just don't have enough experience. Despite your work at the ANBU, you won't live long in battle without support, but we will fix it. Since you have no problems in theory and skills, we will practice with the help of sparring, Orochimaru said. Okay, Naruto replied. Now go rest and get settled, and I need to check something, said Sannin, and went into the shadow of the corridor. Naruto went into his room. A stone bed on which lay a pillow with a blanket. Next to the sink and mirror. There was also a toilet and a shower in the room. Naruto decided that he needed to rest from the way and fell asleep. In the morning, he got up and Orochimaru came in to him. Good morning, let's go to the training ground, said Orochimaru. Okay, said Naruto, and they went to the training ground. Let's start sparring, Sensei said when he came to the training ground and attacked Naruto. In Taijutsu, Naruto still missed a lot of punches and decided to switch to ninjutsu. First, Naruto shot at Orochimaru with a water pistol and let the dog out of lightning. Then he took out a katana and soaked it with the wind chakra and rushed at the enemy. Orochimaru defended himself with a wall of mud and took out Kusanagi to fight Naruto. In Kenjutsu, Naruto was slightly inferior to Orochimaru, but a couple of times he managed to make Sannin nervous. After 30 minutes of fighting in Kenjutsu, Naruto threw Orochimaru into the wall and threw kunai at him. Orochimaru dodged the iron, but out of the corner of his eye he noticed the seal on the kunai seal, and the next second a katana was brought to his throat. Not bad, said Orochimaru, turning into the ground and flowing down to the floor. An earth clone, but where is the real one? the scarlet-haired man thought, and a lot of shurikens flew at him from the top. Naruto created an earthen dome around himself and protected himself from iron. You need to create clones underground and teleport to them in order to leave safely, thought the blonde, creating 5 clones, closed into the dome. I wonder how he will get out, thought Orochimaru, and landed on the dome. As soon as the clones were in position, Naruto began to remove the dome. Snake Sannin immediately prepared to attack, and snakes got out of his hands and headed to the center of Kapala, but there was no one there. Suddenly Orochimaru felt hot on the right side. He turned around and saw a lot of small fireballs flying at him, phoenix flowers. In response, Orochimaru summoned the Rashomon Gate, and they protected him. Naruto did not hesitate, and covering himself with lightning armor and a katana with lightning chakra, quickly moved to Orochimaru, starting another fight in Kenjutsu. So they continued for another 6 hours, taking the initiative from each other. That's it for today. You did a good job, but there is room to grow, and now rest, Orochimaru said and hid his sword in his mouth. Okay, Namikaze said, and went into the room to sleep. Naruto and Orochimaru were already approaching the village gate. During the time that they trained, Naruto became stronger and more resilient, and also learned a new technique of Shadow Shuriken cloning. Orochimaru-san, Stage 3 has already begun, go to the arena, said Katetsu. Okay, answered Orochimaru, and they went to the arena. When they got to the stands, they heard the announcement, Naruto Namikaze/Hinata Hyuga. After that, Naruto went down to the arena, where his opponent was already standing. You can immediately give up, Hinata said haughtily, but Naruto ignored her. Let's get started, Hayata shouted and jumped aside. The fight started in taijutsu, where the blonde dominated. After 15 minutes of shame in taijutsu for Hinata, she applied the technique, 8 trigrams, 64 palms, Hinata said, and started hitting Naruto on the points of the chakra. After 30 seconds, Naruto could barely stand on his feet, and when Hinata swung for a control blow, the scarlet-haired man began to turn into lightning, and a paralyzing lightning bolt passed through Hinata's body. The real Naruto took advantage of the moment and created a Raikiri in his right hand. Naruto preferred Raikiri more than Chidori, since he believed that it was an improvement, rushed at Hinata with all speed, but stopped at the chest. Hello, said the only word, Jinchuriki. Hyuga took out a kunai and tried to pierce Naruto, but he caught her hand with his free hand and squeezed it so that the crunch of bones could be heard, and kunai began to fall to the ground, but the scarlet-haired man caught him and put him to Hinata's throat. The winner, Naruto Namikaze, announced Hayata. Naruto dispelled his technique and threw the kunai into the ground in front of Hinata. You're too arrogant, Hinata, and that's why you lost to me. You always broke down on your status and therefore always won. For example, in the fight with Neji, you used the seal of submission, knowing that nothing would be done to you because of your status as the harem of the main branch of the clan, right? But when you met in battle with opponents like me, who surpasses you in status and importance, you had to fight honestly, but unfortunately you had little experience in a fair fight and you lost, Naruto said coldly, turning his back to Hinata and looking at her over his shoulder. But you still have a chance to fix everything and change for the better. But how should you understand yourself, finished Naruto and disappeared into Shanshin. Hinata didn't have time to do anything and fainted, so she was taken on a stretcher to the hospital. Naruto appeared behind Sasuke. Coming closer, he put his arms around her and hugged her to him. Sasuke immediately realized that it was Naruto and turned around, wrapping her arms around the scarlet-haired man's neck, kissed him on the lips. Breaking the kiss, they touched foreheads and Sasuke began to talk. I missed you, Uchiha said with a warm smile in a soft voice. I missed you too, the guy replied warmly and smiled broadly, and Sasuke blushed after this smile as usual, because in her opinion, this is the most beautiful thing in the whole world. Minato, Fugaku, Mikoto, and Kushina, who were watching these, just smiled, and one thing flashed through everyone's mind: they are the perfect couple. Meanwhile, Shino and Menma entered the arena. Here we go, Gecko said. Menma immediately decided to shorten the distance, but the bugs wouldn't let him do it. Then he tried to use the kunai with the Thunder God seal, but the bugs just beat him back to Menma. Shino started attacking Menma with bugs, and the blonde created 7 clones and together with copies began to repel attacks with the help of Rinnegan. After a while, Menma noticed a gap in Shino's defense and threw a kunai there, after which he teleported to him and hit Aburama in the back with a Rinnegan, and Shino himself flew into the wall and lost consciousness. The winner, Menma Namikaze, Gecko said, and Menma went up to the stands. Shikamaru Nara/Dog no Temari, fight as per canon. Sasuke Uchiha/ the dog but Gaara, good luck, Sasuke. I believe in you, Naruto said. Thank you, she said, and went down to the arena. Let's get started, Hayato commanded. Sasuke immediately turned on the Sharingan and began to strike quick blows at Gaara, but sand protected him all the time. After 5 minutes of useless attempts to break through the defense, Sasuke remembered the Rock Lee blow with which he was able to break through Gaara's defense, as in the canon, and decided to repeat it, and she succeeded. Gaara was very surprised by this and in a panic, he closed himself with a sand dome and began to attack the brunette with sand, but thanks to Sharingan, she evaded attacks. Then Sasuke created a Chidori in her left hand and taking a kunai in her right hand, she rushed straight to the dome. When she broke through the dome, she managed to touch Gaara a little, but she hurried to stretch out her hand, since he still needs to fight. Gaara was first shocked by his blood and scattered the dome from fright. Sasuke saw Gaara's frightened face and was very surprised that he was afraid of blood, because before meeting Naruto, he calmly killed on the left and on the right. At that moment, Konoha was attacked by the army of Stone and Cloud, but Konoha's army was already waiting for them. The slaughter began. Naruto immediately teleported to Sasuke and Gaara. It started. Sasuke said, Gaara, now you have to calm down and protect your family and residents, the scarlet-haired one used to say, and Gaara, remembering about protecting the family, calmed down and noticed how Hokage and his father were fighting with Raikage and Tsuchikage. Naruto, we need to help them, Gaara used to say. I know, Naruto said, and taking Sasuke and Gaara by the hands teleported to Minato. Dad, we will help, said Naruto. Okay, I'll leave the Tsuchikage to you, and we'll deal with the Raikage, Minato replied and teleported to the race. Naruto covered himself with lightning chakra armor and soaked his katana with lightning and rushed at the enemy. Sasuke started throwing shurikens at Onoki, and Gaara tried to catch him in the sand. Tsuchikage himself fought back with various techniques of the earth element. This continued for another 30 minutes of continuous struggle. Sasuke is already pretty tired. After all, the fight with Kage is not as easy as it seemed. Gaara was already seething with the realization that his sand could not reach the flying and dodging Onoki, and Naruto, although he did not show it outwardly, was also beginning to get angry at his lack of experience and wondered how strong Tsuchikage could be in his youth. Naruto, Gaara, I have an idea, Sazala. Sasuke and the guys approached her. We decided to gather in a bunch. Thanks, Onoki said and began to prepare the atomic splitting technique, but suddenly a huge amount of sand rushed at him and clamped his hands without letting him finish the technique, and Naruto and Sasuke Chidori were katana near his throat. Sand trap, said Gaara. After his words, there was a very loud crunch and a cry from Tsuchikage. Well done, Sasuke, but to be honest we were very lucky, said Naruto. And how do you know about the 3 Tsuchikage technique? Gaara asked, releasing the unconscious body of the old man to the ground. Thanks. My father told me once, Sasuke replied. Okay, I need to help my father. Sasuke goes to them, and we have to take care of Biju, Naruto used to say, looking at the 2-tailed and 4-tailed destroying the village. Be careful, she said. Of course, Naruto replied, and he and Gaara ran away towards the tailed ones, and Sasuke to the Hokage. Gaara, go on, and I'll go look for Fugaku, Itachi and Shisui, Naruto said and turned in another direction. When Naruto reached the main gate, he saw the army of Konoha and Suna fighting against the army of Willow and Kuma. In the distance, he saw a huge stream of fire, as well as wind blades, and immediately ran there. Along the way, he put 10 to 15 shinobi with the help of kunai and taijutsu. "Grandfather, Fugaku-san," Naruto greeted. "Naruto, what is the situation?" asked Danzo. "Tsuchikage is defeated, but alive. Father, Kazekage and Sasuke are fighting against the eight-tailed. Gaara and the Sanins are holding back the four-tailed and two-tailed," Naruto reported. When Fugaku heard about Sasuke, he started to worry, but he didn't show it outwardly. "Clearly, the situation is even worse than we thought," Fugaku used to say. "I need your help, Fugaku-san. You, along with Itachi and Shisui, must take the tailed ones under control with the help of Mangekyo, but I do not know where they are," Naruto used to say. "At the western gate, but there's a bloodbath there now," Fugaku used to say. "I will teleport you to your father, and then you yourself," commanded Naruto, creating a shadow clone. The scarlet-haired man took Fugaku by the hand and moved to his father, and then back to the clone's place. "Grandpa, then you yourself," said Naruto, and ran to the west gate. "You are even more brilliant than your father, and thanks to you and your strategy, we will protect the village. Hiruzen, your sacrifice is not in vain," Danzo thought, looking at the blue sky. The closer Naruto got to the western gate, the fainter at least some sounds were heard. Everywhere was just a bloody mess. Some were without a head, some without legs, and there was just minced meat from which all the insides of a person were visible. Naruto barely restrained himself from throwing up on the spot. "Calm down, kid. I know it's hard, but you have to get through it. For the sake of the village, for the sake of parents, relatives and," Kurama was saying, but he was interrupted. "For Sasuke's sake," finished the scarlet-haired. "That's right," said the fox. "Thank you, Kurama," raising the corners of his lips, Naruto said and accelerated. Handle it," the fox replied with a grin. When Naruto reached the gate, he saw Itachi and Shisui together with 20 shinobi, surrounded on all sides by about 100 Kuma and Willow shinobi. Kato-Fireball, Futon-Great Rush released Naruto techniques, and a huge fireball of 12x12 meters rushed at the enemies. The technique killed 8 shinobi and wounded 6. At this time, Itachi released Phoenix Flowers, and Shisui a fiery dragon, and finished off those 6, as well as 4 more. The rest started fighting in taijutsu and kenjutsu. Naruto with the help of Raikiri, Itachi used a katana, and Shisui tanto. Thus, they dealt with all the enemies and recaptured the western gate. "Thank you, Naruto. We couldn't have done it without you," Itachi said. "Yeah, the case is talking," Shisui said happily as always. "This is not the end yet," Naruto said just as seriously. "It is necessary that you subdue the four-tailed and two-tailed with the help of Mangekyo, and then the war is won, unless of course the father and Fugaku-san cope Jinchuriki Zakano." "Don't worry, our Tasan is strong," Itachi said. "Okay, lead the way," Shisui said. Naruto did not hesitate and, taking them by the hands, teleported to Orochimaru. In the next second, they saw Jiraiya on the head of Gamabunta, who was fighting with the tailed ones in the place with Shikaku. Shifting their gaze, they saw Tsunade with fear in her eyes, who was treating Orochimaru. "Godfather, what's wrong with you?" Jumping up to him, an excited Naruto said, looking at Orochimaru completely covered in blood with a large wound in his chest. "Naruto, you're just, during said coughing Orochimaru, shifting his gaze from Namikaze to Shisui and Itachi, the scarlet-haired man commanded again in a serious tone, looking at the Uchiha. They did not hesitate, and activating the Mangekyo took the tailed ones to Genjutsu, and after a few minutes their Jinchuriki were on the ground instead of them, Rushi and Yujito. "Tsunade-sama, is he going to be okay?" said Naruto, who had fear in his eyes. "Don't worry, everything will be fine. The wound is not deep," the princess replied, calming down, I'll bring my father, said Naruto and disappeared in a scarlet lightning. Naruto appeared in a completely Roswellan arena. Looking back, Naruto saw Raikage, Tsuchikage and Killer Bite tied up. Near them, leaning on the wall, sat the wounded Minato, who was bandaged by Menma, and Fugaku, who was talking about something with Sasuke, who was holding her stomach from where she was wiping the wound. Jinchuriki four-tailed and two-tailed captured, and the enemy forces are defeated, Naruto reported, looking at his father and glancing at Sasuke's wound. Raikage, Tsuchikage and Jinchuriki of the eighth tail have also been captured. Fugaku reported, all civilians are in shelters, casualties among them are minimal, Menma reported, but the losses among shinobi, said Danzo, who appeared, you can't do without casualties in a war, even if you prepare early. Fugaku said, then I, the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, announced the successful repulse of the response to the village and victory in this war. Minato announced loudly. Time skip 2 weeks. Raikage and Tsuchikage returned to their respective countries after signing the peace treaty. Terms of the peace treaty: 1. The countries of Earth and Lightning pay Wind and Fire 100,000,000 Re 75,000,000 Re Fire and 25 million Wind. Point 2. Trade in food and resources at a discount of 55%. Konoha and Suna have also made peace and are now on friendly terms. Naruto asked his mother to fix Gaara's seal and she agreed, and after thanking the Hokage family, the dog's family left the Leaf Village and returned home. It would seem that everything is going well, but there is a dark side. Konoha, victims, 684, seriously wounded, 122. Suna, 549 victims, 68 seriously wounded. Godmother, victims, 576, seriously wounded, 34. Willow, victims, 658, seriously wounded, 99. Among the wounded were Menma, Shisui, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Cheiji, Rock Lee, Kakashi, and Sasuke. After the announcement of the Hokage, she almost immediately fell into a coma, as she lost too much blood. Naruto spent all the time next to her and did not leave her side a step. Kushina and Minato tried to persuade him to go home, but the scarlet-haired man stubbornly refused and they abandoned this activity. Mikoto, Fugaku and Itachi also came to Sasuke every day. Today Naruto, as usual, was sleeping sitting on a chair and putting his head on the bed, when he suddenly felt a movement near his head. When he raised his head and opened his eyes, Sasuke was already conscious. Morning, the girl did not have time to finish, as the boy's arms hugged her tightly. Good morning, the scarlet-haired man answered, barely holding back tears and holding her closer to him. How long have I been lying around? The girl asked a minute later when the guy let her go. 2 weeks, Jinchuriki replied. And how is the village? Uchiha continued to ask, almost recovered. Of our people in the hospital, Shisui and Orochimaru, the rest have already been discharged. Godfather, him, Naruto used to say with sadness. Sasuke realized that everything was bad with Orochimaru since Naruto himself was worried and hugged him. He's lost even more blood than you. The wound was very deep. The operation lasted 12 hours and if it wasn't for Tsunade-sama, Naruto continued, hugging Sasuke tightly, everything will be fine. Who's who, and she won't let him die in peace, Sasuke said jokingly, and Naruto calmed down a little, but pressed her only harder. At this moment, the Uchiha family enters the ward. Sasuke, Mikoto said happily and hugged her, followed by Itachi. Naruto just walked away from the bed. Yamato, don't scare us like that anymore. Shisui has already been enough for me, and here you are, Itachi used to say. Fugaku was smiling at the corners of his lips all this time, but he shifted his gaze to Naruto who was leaving the ward. Where are you going? The clan chief asked. Orochimaru-sensei, Naruto answered shortly. After that, come into the office with Hokage, we will be waiting for you, said Fugaku, and Naruto nodded and left. Orochimaru Warden 4, an oxygen mask, syringes, all this was on and near Orochimaru. Naruto was silent, sat down next to him and waited for the medics. After 30 minutes they came to the ward. "How is he?" Naruto asked right off the bat. "Stable, wake up in 2 to 3 days, at least he should. So don't worry." "Okay," Naruto replied and went to the Hokage residence. Hokage's office. "Hokage-sama," Naruto greeted as he entered the office. There, in addition to the Hokage, already stood Narashikaku, Narashikamaru, Menma Namikaze, Hyuga Neji and Hinata Hyuga. Naruto has already talked to Hyuga. Flashback: 3 days have passed since the attack. Kazekage and his family went back to Sunu after mom helped Gaara. Now Naruto was walking to the estate of the Hyuga clan, where Neji was already waiting for him on the threshold. "Hello, Naruto," he greeted. "Hi." "Lead me," Naruto replied. Neji nodded and they went to the head's office. After 10 minutes, they were already in place and they entered the office. Hayashi-sama greeted Naruto and bowed. "Naruto, what did you want?" "And get up, you're still the son of Hokage," Hayashi used to say. "I came about the incident at the exam," said Naruto. "What kind of incident?" asked Hayashi. "At stage 2, your daughter, Hinata, used the cursed seal of submission in battle against Neji. I think it's unfair, since he totally dominated Hinata at that time. I also talked to my father and he fully supports me, so we have 3 options, Naruto used to say. "And what are these options?" the exasperated head of the Hyuga clan asked. Naruto didn't say anything and just handed the scroll to Hokage. Opening it, Hayashi saw all the options. -1, remove the cursed seal from Neji. .2, we will have a repeat fight between Hinata and Neji, but it's already fair, and if Neji wins, then fight my son in front of me. .3, Hinata immediately remains a genin, and Neji is a Chunin. Damn. Option 1 disappears immediately, and option 3 is a shame for the family. That leaves option 2. Hinata to you, Hayashi thought. I choose option 2, Hayashi said, handing over the scroll. I'll tell Hokage-sama, Naruto said and disappeared into Shunshin. They agreed, the scarlet-haired man said on the spot. Then let's go, Minato replied and, taking his son, teleported Hirashin to Hayashi's office. Hayashi-san, can we start now? Minato asked. Yes, the elder Hyuga answered and followed Hinata, and the others followed him. When they reached the training ground where Hinata was trained, they began to negotiate. Hinata, you have to fight against Neji again, but without the cursed seal, Hayashi said. Okay, father, Hinata replied and got into a fighting stance. Let's get started, Minato said and the fight began. Hinata immediately rushed at Neji, but he successfully dodged and blocked the attacks. Then Hinata activated the Byakugan and the attacks became faster, but Neji also activated the Byakugan and he already began to advance. When he hit Hinata's stomach, he did not hesitate and used 8 trigrams, 64 palms. At the end of the technique, Hinata was lying on the ground and could not move. The fight is over. Neji won, Minato said, and Hayashi frowned at Hinata. Naruto took her to her father and stood in front of Neji. Let's get started, Minato said. Naruto immediately began to throw Neji kunai, but he successfully beat them off. Then Naruto created 5 clones and taking kunai, they ran to Hyuga. He applied rotation and all the clones flew away from him. Landing on a small tree, Naruto created a Raikiri and rushed at the enemy. Neji did not lose his head and used rotation, but Naruto cancelled the technique at the last moment and landed right in front of the dome. When Neji got out, kunai with seals flew at him from all sides. Neji used the spin again and the kunai landed on the ground around him. Black hieroglyphs came out of the seals and surrounded Neji, after which he could not move and stopped spinning. Advanced paralyzing seal, said Naruto, and Neji fell to his knees, paralyzed. The fight is over. The winner Namikaze Naruto, announced Minato. Naruto cancelled the technique and Neji, feeling relieved, got to his feet. I have not seen such a technique. Usually paralyzing seals need to be placed on the body of the enemy, the heir of the side branch used to say. This seal was invented by me and my mother, Naruto used to say. Okay, I have to go. Bye-bye, Naruto said and disappeared into the scarlet lightning. Bye, said Neji into the void. End flashback. Hokage-sama. Naruto said hello. Ah, Naruto, we are waiting for you, said Hokage. Why have we been gathered here? Hinata asked. Shikaku and I conferred and decided to make an announcement, Minato replied and looked at the elder Naru. That's right. Menma Namikaze, Nara Shikamaru, Hinata and Neji Hyuga, Sasuke Uchiha, from now on, you are the Chunins of the village of the Hidden Leaf, the elder Nara said lazily and handed the vests with documents to the Chunins now. At that moment, Fugaku came in. Sorry, I was a little late, he said, getting up near the fourth. You're on time. Tell Sasuke, Minato said, holding out everything to the others. Fugaku nodded as he took the things. I knew that I would become a Chunin before him, Menma said, pointing his finger at Naruto, but he did not pay attention and continued to look at the elder Namikaze with a mute question. What am I doing here? And he doesn't need to become Chunin'em, said Fugaku for Minato. Naruto Namikaze, from this day on, the Chunin of the village hidden in the foliage. The head of the village proudly announced, and everyone else except Shikaku and Fugaku were shocked. And Naruto and Neji did not show outwardly, but inside they were no less surprised than the others. Are you sure? Naruto asked. Yes. The skills and strength that you showed on the exam are worthy of respect, and tactical thinking, analysis of the situation and the ability to take it under control during an attack on a village are beyond praise, so I am 100% sure, Minato was saying, holding out the equipment and the document. Naruto put on his vest and picked up the document. Hi. Can I go now? Naruto asked. Of course, we are free, Minato replied, and everyone left the office. Congratulations, Naruto, Neji said with a smile when they left the residence. Thank you, the blonde man replied with a smile. How could your father make you a Chunin? What are you better than me? Menma shouted, releasing a gloomy and strong ki and drilling his brother with an evil look. If you are so formidable, then where were you during the attack? Naruto asked coldly, releasing a small part of his ki on Menma. Rescued the residents and drove them to the shelter, the blonde man used to say, and then closer to the middle of the battle, I didn't see more than one resident, so they had already been evacuated. Where were you then? Naruto asked, amplifying his ki. He was in the shelter and was trembling with fear. I saw it myself, Hinata shared. Besides, most of the residents were saved by ordinary Chunins and Chunins, added Nara. Anuw, what were you doing, huh? The turkey asked, stammering. Tsuchikage won together with me and Gaara, came up with a plan to win the battle, ran all over the village in search of Itachi, Shisui, and Fugaku so that they subdued all the Biju, helped Shisui and Itachi get out of the encirclement and killed about 30 to 40 enemy shinobi, Sasuke said, standing up next to the scarlet-haired one. After that, everyone was shocked 2 times a day. Where is this information? The blonde asked, but immediately continued. Itachi and Shisui, true, but you need to thank the second more confirmed the thoughts of Jinchuriki, Uchiha. He doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut, the scarlet-haired man said with a heavy sigh, and Sasuke giggled softly. They talked like that for another 15 minutes and went home. At home, Kushina and Ami congratulated them. The younger one rather congratulated Menma, since they rarely communicated with Naruto. During dinner, they were joined by the head of the family, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Orochimaru with a bandage wound on his stomach that kimono hides. The snake sat down next to Naruto and immediately found himself in his arms. He smiled warmly and hugged back. Congratulations, Naruto, said Orochimaru when he pulled away. Thank you, Orochimaru-sensei. At this time, Menma and Ami were talking to Jiraiya and Tsunade. while Kushina and Minato were watching. When everyone started eating, Minato started talking. Jiraiya-sensei, Tsunade-sama, Orochimaru-san, can you tell me why you came here? Oh, yes, I want to take Menma on a trip for 3 years so that he becomes stronger and can protect the village, the gray-haired man said. Menma looked hopefully at his father, and Ami was sitting in Tsunade's arms and smiling. Hurrah! I will become strong, said the younger blonde. Would also like to take Naruto with me for 3 years, added Orochimaru, and Naruto nodded in agreement. And I want to start teaching Ami and another pink-haired girl, Sakura, from your team, Tsunade said, looking at everyone present. Minato and Kushina exchanged glances and nodded to each other and said, we give our permission. Menma and Ami began to rejoice violently and hug their new sensei, and in response they hahatali together with their parents. Orochimaru and Naruto just smiled at each other and nodded and continued to eat. After the guests dispersed, they agreed to meet tomorrow at the Konoha Gate at 10:30 and everyone went to bed.in in the morning. Naruto woke up as usual at 6, did all the morning procedures in 15 minutes, ate and went to the training. After doing a warm-up and phys. exercises for 20 minutes, he began to work out spontaneous techniques. When it was already 9 o'clock, he went to the house of the head of the Uchi clan. After 30 minutes of leisurely walking, he reached and knocked on the door. Sasuke's mother, Mikoto, came out on the threshold. Oh, Naruto-kun, good morning, are you for Sasuke? Yes, could you call her? The scarlet-haired man answered shortly, of course, she's coming down now. Come in, the woman said and walked away, letting the guest pass. Mikoto offered tea, but Naruto refused and just sat on the sofa. Sasuke came out 10 minutes later. Naruto, Sasuke asked, hi, can we go for a walk? The scarlet-haired man asked, getting up from the sofa, of course. After that, they said goodbye to Mikoto and left the house. Naruto took Sasuke by the hand and teleported to the stone head of the fourth. It is necessary to warn, the evil Sasuke used to say, sorry, hehe. Naruto said nervously, rubbing the back of his head. Okay, so what did you want to talk about? Sasuke asked. Today at 10:30, Orochimaru-sensei and I are going on a trip for 3 years, the scarlet-haired man said calmly. The brunette hugged him and started crying. How so? But it's too long, I'm sorry, but I have to become stronger to protect you, said Naruto, hugging her in response. Then I'll go on a trip too. Shursui and Itachi were given a mission to protect the daimyo of fire. I will go with them and they will teach me something, said Uchiha, snuggling closer to Namikaze. That's good. 3 years will not fly by noticeably, the guy said. The girl wrapped her arms around his neck and bit into his lips. The kiss is hot, passionate, as if she sees him for the last time. She put one hand in his hair, and the other remained in place. Naruto began to run his hand over her hips and back, pressing her closer to him. The girl from such actions moaned into his lips and began to wander over his torso and chest. This idyll continued for some time, but both decided to stop there for now and pulled away from each other. Okay, it's time for me to go, said Naruto, breaking the kiss. Good luck to you, Sasuke replied, finally biting his lower lip. Naruto removed the barrier and disappeared in a scarlet flash, and Sasuke went about her business. Konoha Gate 10:30 inch. It's time for us to go, Orochimaru said, looking at Naruto. Okay, bye mom, dad, said Naruto, hugging them in order. Take care of yourself, they said last, and Naruto nodded and turned around. He and Orochimaru left the village, and Tatsu was with you.